What you think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away.
Yahoo!
Never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away. Burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack. Kill it anyway. To play.
And ahoy and welcome. This is your boy Kurix _ Tupper, and today is a Friday, last day of the week. February 27, 2026, and I will always say good morning. Nice day for streaming, ain't it? Good morning, guys. And in today's stream, we are going to once again return to the world of FMV, or full motion video game, interactive fiction. It has always been like a contention point if these kinds of interactive fictions are games or what, but I will still call them games because there's a beginning and there's an end, just like life. So life is a game, and you have to make a series of decisions and then see the results afterward, just like with life. So truly, life can also be called a game. And enough of the early morning philosophical BS. Welcome. I'm a Filipino variety streamer based in the Philippines, and welcome. In the day of the release of Resident Evil Requiem, here is Kurix playing a Gunner. No, not really a Gunner. Let me explain. I am playing an FMV dating simulator. Why did I get this game? Because why not? Because we have been playing various FMV games in the past. I think the only ones there are two games that is not related to dating sim. Road to Empress and Dead Reset. So the other one is a Chinese periodic C-drama, and Dead Reset is a American produced psychological horror or sci-fi science fiction horror game. And then most of them are dating sims. And I think one of the reasons why I pick up speed dates is because it features beautiful women. And wait, give me time to cook. It also features Western women this time, or maybe Middle Eastern women, since I saw from the description on the official Steam store page that the default language is Turkish, so probably not Western, but Middle Eastern probably. So let's see. From the silhouette that we can see, we can see some good looking Middle Eastern women, but let's see later. So just a change of face from what we usually, or what you guys usually see here. Of course, I am very biased as a man who is based in the Philippines or in Asia. Of course, I don't know. People have different types of taste. Of course, mine would be Asian women. But of course, I do appreciate me some Western women, at least to appreciate them at a distance and with all due respect. I have to make that clear. And I guess that's the stream in a nutshell. But first, let me do the introduction, as that is what we usually do here on the stream. You can check me out on various social media platforms. I'm on X, Blue Sky, Threads, and Facebook, where I post my schedule ahead of time and where I post my VODs as they go live on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, we are also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Kurix_Tuper. There you go. Feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and drop by the comment section if you want to share your thoughts about the game. This game is not new. This has been released since 2023, and surprisingly saw this on Lurkit. Lurkit is a content creation platform that connects streamers, reviewers, influencers, if they want to talk about things, make content out of it, and to build hype and talk about their games. Basically, it's marketing. So it is a content creation platform. So if you are a streamer of a good following and you want to get your hands dirty on the world of doing sponsored content and streams, you might want to check up Lurkit. Again, thank you to Icarus Interactive Entertainment for approving my request to check out speed dates. When I saw this on Lurkit, I thought, oh, well, one, I am interested with speed dates. I haven't been into one. Most of the time, I don't even know. I don't want to reveal my personal dating life, but I haven't really gotten into speed dates. I have seen people, I have seen clips, I have seen some videos about speed dating. Sometimes I think it was used, or it has been used on movies and series. But I think with the advent of social media of apps like Tinder and Bumble and other types of dating apps, I don't know if there's still speed dates maybe in the Western world, but so far I haven't, or I am not fully aware because I am not engaged into it. Maybe those who have experienced speed dates can share their thoughts about what speed dating is like, maybe in the Philippines or maybe on your end of the world, if you have tried it, or what are your general thoughts about speed dating, like meeting multiple women at once, quote unquote, judging them from that initial interaction. And I think many people have been thoroughly entertained with various media on YouTube, or in it's like a dating game as well. There's a series of questions and answers, and then if the other guy likes it, he can just simply press a button to skip the person that he's seeing. Sometimes it's really superficial, but sometimes if somebody wants a deeper and meaningful connection, they will hear the other person out. Of course, it's always a bonus if that person is really attractive. It's pretty subjective, but that's human nature, I guess. Or maybe, who knows? I have heard a number of people who said they're not too big on looks, so I guess that also works for them. But for initial impression, I don't know. I do want to hear your thoughts about it. Like, if you are about to date somebody, or you don't completely know them, or you are going to engage on a blind date or a speed date, can you really adapt the mindset na, okay, we are not going to base on the looks? Does that really apply to when you drop in? It's not like a friend introduce you to that person wherein you can just simply bail out of it. But do let me know. So, what else? I am also socials, YouTube. We also have a Discord community. I'm currently on my Discord community. You can check it out here on Discord while it lasted, or while you guys are still interested. Discord has made a series of like blunders recently, so pretty understandable if not that many people are the biggest fan of Discord. But for now, that is where where you guys can check me out, or some of the posts, or some of the post made by the community members. Cotton, welcome in. Happy streaming. I lurkin. Thank you. Cotton Ghost, Art Streamer, DRG Streamer, or Deep Rock Galactic, and Minecraft. Thank you. We have Tilapia Live. Welcome in. Nico, thank you for checking in. Good morning. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful Friday. It's currently Friday. I will be speaking as if it was Friday because it is a Friday during the recording of this VOD. So it's currently 9:24 a.m. I started at around 9:15. I would have started earlier, but I was still downloading the game and setting up all the things behind the scenes. I woke up a bit not so late, but still late compared to, I can simply start at 9, but I haven't. So I have to have my breakfast and then boot it up so we can do more streams later on. We will be starting with speed dates and FMB dating sim. And you're currently listening to Stream Beats Originals by Harris Heller. They provide us with copyright-free and DMCA-free music. They always get a free verbal shout-out from us. We also feature Good Kid, a Canadian pop rock group, or the music from them. And I do not claim any ownership on the music that is featured in both Stream Beats Originals, nor on Good Kid, nor in the music that is featured in Speed Dates. And we are simply here to entertain, inform, educate, and hopefully all of the transformative thing that we do here through our commentaries, interaction with the community is under fair use. But of course, if the publisher, developer, labels, or copyright owners doesn't want us to utilize their content, of course we will have to comply accordingly, as that is the legal and right way to do so. So I have to get that out of the way. And I guess we can officially start with Speed Dates. We will be playing this for the next hour or so. So a little bit of information about the game. Speed Dates is developed and published by Icarus Interactive Entertainment and released last March 31, 2023. So I was a bit surprised when I saw like there was an embargo until February 3, 2026 for this game, like February 3. Okay, so things happened. There are a number of games that were also released, and I was doing my regular stuff here. I kind of lost track of that I had the review copy of this, and I think the date to cover this game is almost up, so I have to cover it at least early in the morning in order to at least give it justice or adhere to the lurkit policies. And then when I checked the official Steam store page, I was quite surprised that this was already an older game. This was released back in March 31, 2023. So again, you can check them out on their official Steam store page. I have linked their official Steam store page on the chat, and I will also be doing that on the description on the this description on YouTube, so you guys can check the official Steam store page out and see it for yourself. Maybe pick this game up if you're really into these kinds of games, FMV games, dating sim, or maybe you are tight on budget. You can wait for a sale and then, or maybe on a bundle, and then pick it up. But again, at the end of the day, the purchasing power is yours. We are simply here to do a let's play. This is not a review. This is a let's play. But if I notice something, I will share my mind, of course. That is my brand here. I usually yap, and I yap a lot, especially when it comes to like interactive fiction like this. I usually gush. I usually share out my frustration or whatever. But again, that is on the perspective of the protagonist, or sometimes at the perspective of, or most of the time, my perspective, since I am a gamer and I'm playing a product and the product is a unoptimized mess. Of course, I will speak my mind on of it, as that will also be the experience of possible clients, customers of a game. So at least I will be doing them a service, or I will be doing my part to either persuade or dissuade or showcase what the game is all about, and for them or for you guys to have an informed decision to whether to check this game out or not. Usually I do coverage for like 2 hours or so, just enough to tease and preview, and for you guys to have a good idea on what the game has to offer. And I will probably be revisiting it after quite some time, but I think that will be more than enough to for you guys to, if you want, you can check it out for yourself, or maybe watch the next episode to see what happens next. I still have another FMV dating sim, Asian dating sim, that I have yet to finish, but I think I'm on my last episode. So after I cover this, I will be finishing that one, and then I will be returning to this FMV game. So I usually do or finish FMV games since they are relatively short compared to the games that I usually finish, like role-playing games and roguelites, which usually takes forever to finish, which is good for me, but bad because people often drops by the stream and say, "Oh, this game is a long game." And yes, because I don't play it religiously. I play it episodically through the entire month or even year. Okay, I guess we can officially start now. Let me remove first the cinema bars for the live and for the shoutout screen. Let me also remove Snimbits Originals that will make a comeback later. And I will start off by saying, wait. This is Let's Play Speed Dates Episode 1. Slow guy tries out speed dating. What could go wrong? That always is an interesting question. What could possibly go wrong? What's the worst that could happen? And then every worst thing happens. So let me first reduce my avatar here, and let's go. New game. Icarus Interactive presents
İyi, Selin ne yapayım öyle?
Okay, so the default language is indeed
İşte
Turkish.
böyle bir tane organizasyonumuz var. Speed Date etkinliği.
Speed date event? A speed date event?
Aslında bir kişilik boş
Well, it's a
yer ama
personality
gerekiyor.
match
Sen de
event, and it
gelsene.
seems that you have an available spot. Why don't you join?
Ben gelmeyeyim Selin ya.
So okay, so the default language is Turkish.
Ne etkinliği ya?
Şöyle, bu bir Speed Date etkinliği.
Empty
İçeriye
table, and then
geçiyorsun,
someone
boş
comes and
masaya
sits with you. You talk and chat for a few minutes, and person comes in front of you, sits down.
Birkaç dakika sonra biz
So first up, I will be playing this on its native language, and then I will try
Yeniden
if
sohbet etmeye başlıyorsun başka.
there is a voice dub
Böylece bir sürü
for
insanla
this,
tanışmış oluyorsun. Boş yerimiz de
so I
var.
can focus
Onu
on
gösterelim.
the visuals.
Sen de gel,
It's just like
ne olacak?
I'm doing an Asian dating
Hadi ya, hem bir sürü insanla
sim again.
tanışırsın. Gel,
lot of people. Come on, come on.
gel.
Can I date you? Well, that's a okay. So you have a series of like people to talk to immediately. Says wait, can we sound level? Sound level. Let's go back to the main menu. Settings, maybe in language, subtitles, English. Oh, so it's already English. Subtitle size, subtitle color, white. Oh. Lenguaje, language, subtitles on. Me here. Okay, reconnection successful. Okay, we're back. Apologies, guys. There seems to be a problem with my internet connection. So, I don't know if even with Mix It Up, it got disconnected. Yes, we are still live. So, okay, let's continue. Maybe we can try Julia. 12 Julia. Okay, let's interact with Julia and let's see.
Merhaba Murat,
I'm-
ben
I'm pleased to meet you.
oldum.
Hülya ben memnun
I'm
oldum.
Julia. I'm
Nasıl
pleased to
gidiyor?
meet you. How is it
Güzel.
going?
Yani seninle tanışınca daha
Yo, morning dance.
Çok teşekkür ederim. Ne yaptı seni bu
Can I
toplantılara
pause
merak
it?
ediyorum.
Ya ben
Okay, we can pause it by pressing the... Oh no, I think there's a slow connection today. I keep on seeing the connecting button, at least on my end here on OBS. If this keeps on happening, I will probably need to cancel the stream. But okay, hopefully we don't have to end the stream prematurely.
sürekli aynı ortamda
I'm constantly
yaşıyorum.
surrounded by the same people, either at work or at home. I wanted to meet some different people from my usual circle.
Nasıl insanlarla
What kind of
tanışmak
people would you
istersin?
like to meet? Where's the decision here? Okay, so at least they allow us to pause. Should I insert myself insert myself as a self-insert on the character at least? Should I on what I am like? Or should I give her what she wants to hear? Have you ever done that? Like, example, if you're dating, of course, it's always your best foot forward. I don't think na if you're into like dating on the dating scene, you come there with your honest self of sometimes all of your negative traits will be put on display. Of course, you have to be truthful to yourself, but do you really want that to show at the first date? Would love to hear your thoughts about it. So what kind of people do you like to meet? You know what? I like joyful people.
Ben neşeli ve mutlu insanlarla tanıştım.
As it seems like everyone is quite
Malum,
depressive. Yeah,
Herkes biraz
true.
depresif.
Peki sen ne
Well, what do you do to cheer up? I play video games. Take a walk, play games, hang out with friends. You know what? I don't know if it in the Western world or in the adult world, I think there's a certain stigma. Like some, if not all, or no, some people look down upon gaming as a form of entertainment. But who knows? Maybe we will be judged by the person by Julia here. But should I fake it? I can go with the play games, take a walk, hang out with friends. Maybe I'm already playing games, so maybe I'll go with take a walk because hanging out with friends, most of my friends are already settled down and they have their lives to live. It's either I take a walk or play games. I did say I'm going to be honest with her. Let's go with play games.
Stresli ortamlardan
As I stay away from stressful environments, and computer games are great in this regard. Even for a short while, you can forget troubles in the world.
Dünyanın dertlerini kısa bir sürede olsa
I think that's the modern millennial man.
Peki
What brings you
seni neler
joy?
neşelendiriyor?
Let's see. I love dancing. Oh, I could even dance to the sound of creaking door.
Ben biraz öyleyim. Sen dans eder misin?
Ben bir ara Latin danslarına merak salmıştım.
Okay,
Gayet
I
güzel,
think
keyifli bir
I will
ortamdı
not
ama
be doing a self insert.
yeteneksiz bir şey.
I don't dance.
Ne diyorsun?
I love dancing too, but
Seni şu an
unlike you, I
dans
can
ederken görmeyi
manage.
çok istedim. Ya ben de senin
Dance and music are the essential of my life.
Tek eğlenen ben olmuyorum. Ya dans ve müzik benim hayatımın vazgeçilmezi.
I would take music
Hatta
so
öyle
much
ki
I could
ıssız bir adaya
prepare
düşsem
for
bile
it.
yanıma müzik
Everything we
seti
just.
alırım.
Ama bu biraz hazırlıksız olmadı mı? Ya bari 3'e tamamla. Yanına 2 şey daha al da
Take two more things with you so you can at least survive.
ne bileyim
Music,
bıçak falan.
knife, or something, and it's an island after all.
Ya doğru diyorsun.
Actually, that's a
Bak,
good
ben biraz
leading
düşüneyim.
question.
O sırada sen cevapla. Sen ıssız bir adaya düşsen ne alırdın?
Um, I usually suck at interacting with people before, so I think there was a time in my life as a lonely male before on how to polish being good at conversation. So I read this book about how. Okay, apologies guys. There have been a series of disconnection. I think it's now 27th and it's a Friday. I have to process it later, but apologies again. I will be editing this. I will be removing the part wherein I get disconnected. So my thoughts have been constantly been cut off. So hopefully we will still be able to manage to finish the stream. But again, as I was saying, uh, I read a book about how to win friends or how to win friends and influence people. Again, another one. Ay, connecting to chat. Okay, okay. So everything is good again. So how to win friends and influence people, and then they did say na there are ways of like how to get information from the person that you are talking to, maybe dating. And one of them are leading questions, are you need to be an active listener. You need to pick up from what they said previously so you can like you bank it and then you will return to it to continue the discussion so things are dynamic and spontaneous. But that's a really good conversation starter, or that's a good way of like keeping the conversation going. So tell me, if you were stranded on a desert island, what would you take? Make fun of? Be serious? Should I make fun of it? I think she's a very serious person. Let's go with the serious.
bıçak,
A knife, a first aid, and plenty of
Icarus
ropes.
çantası ve bolca halat.
That sounds reasonable. You seem like you watch a lot of Lost.
Gibi görünüyorsun.
Sen
What would you take?
Ben yanıma en
I
yakın
would take
kız
my closest
arkadaşımı
friend with me.
alıyorum. Ya tek başıma
It would
çok
be too
sıkıcı
boring
oluyor.
alone.
Ne bileyim kız
We would
arkadaşım
dance
olduğunda
while listening.
dalga seslerini dinlerken dans ederdik falan. Tabi bir de CD alırdım.
Bring CDs.
Sonuçta müzik setine koyacak
But-
bir şey olması gerekiyor.
It will run out of battery. That sounds great, but you might starve.
Yok canım.
There must be some
var
food
ya
there,
orada
like
bir şeyler
coconuts or
ya.
bananas.
Hindistan cevizi vesaire.
Until you start.
Ay ne güzel olmaz
Wouldn't
mı?
it be nice
Tatsız
to
bir
be
araba
stranded on a
falan.
deserted island?
Trafik yok,
No traffic, no
ekmeğin
waiting, no
yok,
rush to be
yetişeceğin
anywhere.
bir yer yok.
Huh.
Dakik
She's a
olmak zorunda
romantic.
değilsin bir kere.
She basically
Ha, bu arada
romanticized the
dakik
idea of
olmayan
being
insanlar hakkında ne
trapped in an
düşünüyorsun?
island. Who are not punctual. Actually, personally, I'm also punctual. So,
Sen değil misin?
aren't you the one?
Ya,
Don't
sarı
answer
var,
my
sarı
question with a
zaten.
question.
Ben
I'm punctual and I expect a person in front of me to be punctual as well. Yeah.
dakik olmasını
true.
isterim. Ama tabii senin kadar güzel bir
But of course, I can
kadını
wait a little for such beautiful women like you. Will it wouldn't be a
Ya
big one.
tabii,
Of
yani
course,
önemli
it's
bir şeyse
something
mesela
important. Being
toplantıysa,
punctual is important.
dakik olmak önemli. Ama kalkıp
But
da
I'm
bir
going to
arkadaşıma
have a
çay
coffee
kahve
with a friend. I can be 5
5
minutes
dakika geç
late.
kalabilirim bence. Ya insanlar çok
Such
fark
things
ediyor ya
shouldn't be a
böyle
big
şeyleri.
concern.
Ama sen
But it seems like you
böyle
don't worry
şeyleri
about
dert
such
etmezsin gibime
things.
geliyor. Hani sanki daha büyük dertlerin var.
Well,
beklentiler üzüyor. Yani
I mean, now I am just explaining myself. Basically, you have to respect people's time. That's why I usually and often tend to be way ahead of time. And if ever I am late because of like external factors like traffic, I do make it to a point to apologize religiously, or not really religiously, but to explain myself. Like I don't usually come late. I usually am on time. And so I let them know. So in advance na that is just a miscalculation on my part. But if it keeps but for others, I expect them to do the same, but not really quite. I usually am just a bit harder on myself compared to others. But I usually give them like, oh, it's okay for them to be late for like 10 to 30 minutes. But if like they're super late, like an hour, it's like, hey, do you even consider me here as a person who also needs to do some things on their own time? Isa na namang educational stream. Well, this is more of like a speed dating. I'm more sharing about my thoughts about it. But hindi naman siya, it's I don't know. I don't see much skin here. It's more about the dating side of things.
İnsanlar birbirine karşı olan beklentileri konusunda
Expectations.
pek açık olmuyorlar. Belki de ne istediklerini
Good morning, Green King. What's up?
Senin derdin
Do you have something that bothers you?
Ya ben rahat bir
I guess I'm pretty relaxed. I don't really worry.
Gerçekten
Mhm.
hani
I guess for example, even if I miss the ferry by half a minute, I don't fret. But what if it leaves you? I blame it on fate and move on. In fact, that is what happens. Generally, I see a friend that I haven't seen for a while.
Babama çekmişim bu konuda. Ya babam
My dad is the most carefree man you could ever know. It's probably genetic.
Senin var mı böyle genetik huyların?
Okay.
Böyle ailenden miras.
Traits inherited from your family like habits and such. Okay. What? Clutter? Panic. I don't usually panic. Clutter, probably. I usually tend to keep stuff. Not really hoard, but keep stuff.
Yani harika.
That's great, really. That person I admire the most.
Ya benim en özendiğim insan
I wish I could be as carefree as him or even more.
Ya, tabii
Of
ben de
course,
bu
I've
arada
also
bazı
picked up some
şeyleri
habits from my dad.
Ya, babam
My
biraz
dad is a bit
dağınıktır.
messy, and I've taken elevated his messiness a bit further.
Ama bazen
But sometimes I think contrasts are attractive.
Yani herkes aynı olsaydı
If everyone were the
hayat
same,
çok
life would
sıkıcı
be
olurdu
boring.
ya.
Yeah, true.
Böyle renklilik olmaz.
There would be any color. Diversity is good.
Ha bu arada renk demişken en sevdiğin renk ne?
Favorite color. Oh, look at her. She looks. Answer angry. Why? What's your favorite color? Why would you answer angrily? How about be polite?
Siyah.
Black is my favorite color.
Siyah
It reflects
benim
my soul. You have a black soul.
Ay hiç beklemediğim cevaplar
Those were
ya.
unexpected answers. But unlike you, I
ben
love
senin
many
aksine videolarını
colors.
seviyorum. Zaman zaman
But
siyah
angry
renkleri
answers.
seviyorum.
I wonder what
Morlar, yeşiller,
purple
favori.
greens are my favorites. Actually, I also
Aslında
like black.
kırmızı çok seviyorum.
Also like red. I also like red.
Pamuk şeker.
Cotton candy
Pamuk
color
şeker
might be my
dünyanın en sevdiğim
favorite.
şey.
Ama yani sen
But
şu
you
an
spoiled the game. You asked for my favorite and then you listed all the colors. Yeah, true.
Evet yani
I'm a
ben
bit
biraz
like
öyleyim.
that too, though.
Ortaya karışık.
A mix of everything. Hmm,
Şimdi sen
you're
her
a
şeyi
politician's
çok
answer.
Peki
Okay, then.
tek bir insanı sevmek.
Can you manage to love just one person?
Ya bilmiyorum.
I don't know. I hope so. I'm not sure, but it would be wonderful.
Peki sen?
That's a sudden like
Ben bunu
a sudden twist in the conversation. Like,
Yani romantik miyim bilmiyorum ama duygularımla hareket etmeyi
oh, thank you for the lurk, Green King.
Duygusal
Lurk
biriyim.
muna, balik sa work yan. All right then.
Oldu o zaman.
She isn't impressed, I think. Julia. X? What the heck? She doesn't like those answers. Okay, maybe let's bounce like back and forth. Let's check with Arzu here. Salamat sa shoutout. Hindi Asian beauties. No, I to mix things up a bit.
Merhaba Murat ben. Tanıştığıma memnun oldum.
Merhabalar. Ben
Mukha
Arzu.
siyang Turkish.
Teşekkür ederim. Çok
You look very
naziksiniz.
beautiful. Oh, she's, you will.
Çok teşekkür ederim.
Thank you. You look beautiful too.
Güzel görünüyorsun. Sorulara geçelim.
I have a question. Let me ask you them to you. Do you want to see the person you're in relationship with every day? Every day? Not necessarily. I mean,
Yok ya. Ben öyle
it's
pek-
okay if you don't see each other every day.
her gün iletişim
People should have a little
taraftarı
personal
değilim
space
yani.
and they should have
İnsanların biraz
their
daha
freedom.
özgürlük alanı olmalı anlıyor musun? Sen peki?
And what about you?
Bence her gün
I think we
iletişimde
should see each
olmalı.
other every day, otherwise a relationship won't form properly.
İlişkiye
Okay.
emek harcamak gerek çünkü. Senin için hangisi daha
Is a first date more stressful to you
Yani
or an
umudun
important job
yüksek
interview?
olduğu bir randevu mu yoksa önemli bir iş görüşmesi
Well,
mi?
first date, job interview is more relaxed for me. I think the first date is also important, but depends more on the experience. However, the excitement on the first date, the thrill of the first date is comparable.
Daha farklı değil mi?
Ben iş
On the
görüşmesi
contrary, I would be stressed during a job interview. Okay, I think it's
Peki,
this game pairs you up with what the girls wanted to hear. If you give them the answers that they want, of course they will. What do you call this? They will say yes to you. I don't know if there will be follow-up dates for that. Would you be in a relationship with yourself? Well, would you be in a relationship with yourself? Yes, I guess.
Yani olurdum tabii. niye
Of course, I
olmayayım?
would be in a relationship with myself. Why wouldn't I? I'm quite a sweet person, handsome, with a good job, charming, and I love giving surprising
Sevdiğinde,
gifts.
ne bileyim sürprizler yapan, hediyeler alan.
If you have been single for the longest of time,
En büyük
you have to be
motivasyon
comfortable.
kaynağı
What is your
ne
biggest
peki?
source of motivation in
Aşk
life?
mı, para mı, bilgi mi?
Um, love, money, knowledge. You know what? Knowledge for me
Tabii
at
ki.
least. Knowledge is my
Bilgi
most
varsa
important motivation. With knowledge,
para
there
da
can be
oluyor,
love and there can
aşk
be
da
money.
oluyor. Yani parayı çarçur da etmiyorsun.
You know how to spend
Sevdiğin
money, you
kadını
know, also
kendine
value
aşık da
club. The
edebiliyorsun.
power of knowledge is
Bilginin gücü
immense.
çok büyük
Actually,
bence.
this could be like
Bilgi varsa bir
a
yerlerde bir şekilde oluyor.
good lesson when it comes to dating, and
Ben
with
bilgiyi seçerdim.
I would also
Çünkü
say knowledge
eğitim
because I
daha
grew
iyi,
up in an
bu
educational
eğitimle
family and I
birlikte
was raised
gider.
knowing importance of education.
Peki diyelim ki biz
Let's say we are together and we want to go on a
beraber
dance class.
dans
What
kursuna
genre
gitmek
of music?
istiyoruz.
What
Ne
type of
tarz
music
müziklerle
would you
dans
prefer
etmek
for
isterdin?
dancing? Because basically when you so what I have seen with speed dates is you will only have like a couple of minutes to interact with women. And then after dating or after that short or that brief conversation, they will either check or skip you, or I don't know, or put an X, or that means that they will skip you, or put a check. Probably they would date you again. On there will be a round two until you both click. But sometimes it can be simply just superficial, or both can, if both know how to cold read, or is not what do you call that, sensitive enough to pick on cues like, hey, this guy's full of shit. It's just giving me the answers that I wanted. And uh, even though they are, or somebody is giving all the right answers, it will probably still not click if it doesn't look genuine or heartfelt enough. So I have to go outside of myself in order for us to get a match here. So what do they think? What do I think they like? But then again, we're basically just cold reading and looking at them like, okay, she kind of looks like this. She might like this answer. But again, how can we know? It's like we're judging a book by its cover. And then earlier I did say na I'll probably give this answer, but with Julia, I think she didn't like some of my answers. Like she's a very flamboyant character. Oh, well, not really that flamboyant, but this one is more normal or adult. What does that description even mean? What type of music would you prefer dancing? Maybe I don't dance, but do you think she dances? Maybe not. I can never.
Ya ben itiraf
I'm bad at
ediyorum,
dancing.
tam bir kazmayım.
O zaman
What's your relationship with pets like? Okay, I like it a lot.
Çok severim.
I love pets throughout my life. I've always had either cat or dog.
Onlarsız bir hayat
Throughout my life,
yani
I can't imagine a life without animals.
sevgi, o
Yo,
saf
Crozen,
sevgi,
welcome in. Yes, speed dating.
Kedim var
We
ve
got rejected
gerçekten
by the
çok
first girl.
bağlandım.
I
Yani
kind of
tamam,
like
çok
her,
zor
how she
oluyor
looks,
ama gerçekten buna değer.
but it is worth it.
Peki bir kişiden
Is
hoşlandığını
one
anlaman
date
için
enough
tek
to
bir
figure
seçeneğin
out
yeterli
if you
mi?
like someone? That is a good question. Is one date enough to figure out if you like someone? That one date. Because if the person that you are dating already shows red flags or you don't like them, will you be forced to go on a second date to give them a try or to further know them? I think first dates are powerful, so you better make a good impression. Is one date enough to figure out that you like someone? Is it enough to figure if you like them? No. Well, you like them because whatever they say or they exude. And then you can go on a second date in order to further verify or validate it. Hello, Cosmos. Welcome in. Thank you for checking in. We are in a speed date session today. And this is speed dates from Icarus Interactive, and thank you to Lurkit for trusting me to cover this 2023 dating sim. For a different for a change of pace, we are dating Turkish women, not ano. Wow, nagpe-prepare ka na sa puso o laruan sa YouTube. What are you talking about? I think it's enough.
Yetebilir.
It can be enough. We may not fully know the person, but I can tell if I like them in one day.
Anlayabilecek kadarsa
I think
yeter
she
yani.
doesn't like. I think she believes otherwise. Do you prefer hanging out at home or going out? Do you prefer hanging out or going out? As much as I want to say, well, I can go with the homebody. But I did say earlier na it's not about me personally, but what they want to hear. But I'll try going the homebody for now.
Ben ev kuşuyum.
Yung show na
Çünkü
dating
evde
yung
vakit geçirmeyi çok
nauusong
seviyorum.
mga meme na Golden
Evde
Retriever.
olayım, uzanayım,
Huh?
yatayım, dinleneyim.
What?
Hatta geçen gün evimin merdivenlerini boyadım.
In fact, the
Yani
other day I painted
terapi
stairs at the
geliyor
house
bana.
to make it look more pleasant to my eyes. She doesn't like that. Okay.
Anlıyorum.
Mm-hmm.
Peki
You cut something to eat, but you couldn't cut right in the middle.
bunu bölerken tam ortadan ikiye de
Do
bölebilirsin.
you take the bigger piece or the
Büyük
smaller
parçayı mı
ones?
seçersin yoksa küçük olanı mı?
I'll take the little piece.
Tabii ki küçük olanı alırım.
Of course, I could take the smaller one. Taking the bigger piece. I think.
Peki çok teşekkür
Thank you very much. It was really nice to get to know you. Let's meet again sometime. Really?
Kendine iyi
Take
bak.
care of yourself. Goodbye. Oh, she likes my answer. You know, I kind of like Julia, but she didn't like the way I answered. So, my decision says, okay, I will go with the more attractive and then I will go with the least attractive ones to not offend anybody. So, I went with Julia first and then Arzo. Let's find somebody who looks good. Chances are I would usually end up with the person who who I like the least physically.
Wow naman!
Wow, mahilig sa big girls. Hindi.
Wow.
Mali. Okay, let's try. Who should we try next? You know what? Let's go with Aileen.
Merhaba.
Merhaba.
Aylin
I'm
ben
Murat.
de. Nasılsın?
Murat.
Çok teşekkür ederim.
Murat.
Sizi
Sorry.
sormalı.
Thank you very much.
İyiyim ben de.
You been married before?
Hayır.
No? What about you?
Evet.
Yes, I have. In fact, I have 2 children. Oh no! She's a signal mom.
Teşekkürler.
Thank you. Signal mom. Now you see being a mother of 2 children requires living and arranging things according to them. So I've been making more purposely meetings. That's why I'm also looking for someone with the intention of marriage. Well, I am in the age. So what is your perspective on marriage? Maybe one day. I want it. Maybe one day. But she's already married eh. Unnecessary. You know what? She was already married once. She has 2 kids. Let's give her what she wants. I could say unnecessary.
Yani evlilik
So I
bence
think
çok
marriage is being
abartılıyor.
exaggerated. It's just a signature after all.
İmza için neden bu
We
kadar
do
konuşuyoruz
so
ki?
much about a signature.
Yani o olmadan
Is it
olmuyor mu?
impossible without it?
Anladım.
I understand.
Peki bir
So what do you
adayda
think is the
senin
most
için
important quality in a potential partner?
Pozitif biri olması
Being
benim için
positive
önemli.
person is
Yani
important to me.
seni
Life
sürekli
wouldn't
aşağı
go well
çeken,
with someone
sürekli
who
yoran
constantly
birisi,
brings down and drains your
böyle bir
energy.
insanla hayat geçmez.
Doğru.
True.
Senin için nedir?
What about you?
Şimdi 2 çocuk annesi
Now that I'm a mother of
olunca
2 children,
baba
someone who can be
olacak
good
diye
father is
öyle bir
crucial.
adam.
Having such candidate is very important to me.
Çocukların babası var
Don't
mı?
your children have
Var.
They do, but they
Ama
don't, you
yok.
know?
Yani
They never
hiç
see him.
düşünmüyorlar.
Why though?
İyi destek de sağlamıyor. Yani o yüzden yok demek
So it's
daha-
more like he doesn't exist.
Peki sen
So could you
başkasının
consider
çocuklarını
adopting someone
sahiplenebilir
else's
misin?
children? Should we give her the answer that she wants in order to get into her pants? I don't know. So could you adopt someone if you said never, that will probably disappoint her. Yes?
Yani
Well, that was a tough question just now.
ama
But
tabii
of
bir
course,
kadını
if I love a
sevsem,
woman,
ona ait
I would
olan her
love
şeyi
everything
severim.
that belongs to her.
Bunun içinde çocuklar da dahil tabii.
But then again, of course, uh, I think there is this thought now if you father somebody else's daughter or son, you aren't completely you will not you will not be completely their parent. But then again, that could be my bad, or I probably am wrong with it. But can you really like correct? I don't know. I'm probably just speaking nonsense here. There might be some stepfathers out there who manage to become a good father to their wife's children and eventually become a real father to them. Signal, mom, ready ka na.
Evet, güzel
Children
bir
are
şey.
indeed beautiful things.
Müthiş şeyler.
They are amazing.
Yani
I'm asking these
bunları
questions to get to know you
senin için
better.
soruyorum. Bunlar benim için önemli şeyler. Sen tüm
Can you
masrafları
afford all the
karşılıyor musun?
expenses? Of course
Şeyler
not.
derken,
By all expenses, I mean I can
destek olurum
support,
tabii
of
ama
course, but I don't
ne
know how
kadar
much it
olduğunu
would
da
be.
bilmiyorum. Sen ne iş yapıyorsun?
What do you do for a living?
Şöyle,
Well, I'm
ben
actually in tourism,
çocuklar olduktan
but
sonra
after children were
onlara
born, I
vakit
didn't have.
ayırmaktan çalışmaya çok da vakit olmadı. Tabii
So
bir de
taking care of this
çocuk
beauty also
olmak
requires
zorunda
time.
yani.
Hmm.
Güzelliğe de vakit ayırmak gerekiyor. O yüzden
Okay, so she wants somebody to financially support her.
masrafları karşılamak senin için sorun olur mu?
Yani bilemedim
I don't
şimdi.
know how much it would be.
Ne kadar olduğunu
Grabe no,
bilmiyorum.
but she wants somebody to marry. I want to dedicate myself to my home, my husband, and my children. Well, more of like a traditional sense, but then again, she's not traditional because she already has kids.
Bundan daha güzel bir şey yok bence. Mutluluk bu ve bunun da bir bedeli olmaz. Olur mu sence?
Ya mutlu olacağımızın bir
Is there a
garantisi var
guarantee
mı?
that we will be happy?
Yani iki kişinin
Is it a question for both of us
birbirine
dedicating
adaması
ourselves to each
gerekiyor.
other?
Yani iki tarafta birbirini adarsa neden olmasın?
Why not?
Anlıyorum.
I understand. Can I press X on her? We need to put the children. Plans, trips, vacation, activities. Wow.
Hatta yemekler yapmak gerekiyor.
It's like we're speed dating, so I'm living a life according to that
Hatta
too.
bak şimdi
In fact, look, I'm going to show you some of the photos now. Compliment them, get bored, pretend to care. You know what? Let's compliment them.
Çok
They're so
tatlılar, çok
cute and
güzel.
beautiful.
Maşallah.
Pretend to care.
İşte böyle.
That's how it
Yani,
is. So you need to
çocuklarla
adapt to
adapte
these
olmak
children, of
gerekiyor
course.
tabii.
No.
Sen bunu
Can you
yapabilirsin.
do that?
Yani
Well, I wasn't
Böyle bir
expecting
soru
such a question,
beklemiyordum
honestly. Yeah, this is a
biraz
speed
sert
date.
geldi.
I felt a bit harsh,
tabii
but
yani
of course, I
Seni
understand you.
anlıyorum.
You are
Hayatın
living your
çocuklarıyla
life according to your children.
yaşıyorsun. Yani ben şu an bu hayata
I'm
hazır
ready
mıyım
for.
bilmiyorum.
I don't know if I'm
Ama
ready
bir
for this, but on
yandan
the
da
other hand, you need to
çocukları
adapt
hayata adapte
the
etmek gerekiyor.
children to life,
Onları
to
alıştırmak,
prepare and
hazırlamak
accustom
adına.
them.
Yani biri iki,
One
biri
is
üç
2 years old and the
yaşında.
other one is
Onlar
3.
hayatta
So
şu an öyle
basically,
adapte
maybe they're
edemezsin.
married
Çünkü
for like 10 years
öyle
already.
uykusu uyuması gerektiğini bilir ve uyur. Öyle uykusu uyur.
You can tell them you can take a nap.
Diyemezsin.
You can
Evet,
tell. Yes, you
sen de
are right.
haklısın.
Peki...
Do you want to have your own children?
İstemez misin?
In this tough economy, of course I want it now. Just kidding. Of course I want to. Why wouldn't I want to?
Ya,
Well,
ben
it
de
depends
işte
on what
yani
life will show,
ben
but
iki tane daha çocuk yapmak
not right
istiyorum.
now.
Kocaman bir aile. Senin
See, at least with this first like speed date, you already know the value of the woman that you are dating. Of course, her main priorities are her kids, and then financial stability for her partner, and of course, a partner that will see or that will accept her for who she is, which is of course a single mom, and I think that's fair. But if a person is already like, hey, they're just trying the speed date and they're already, I don't know, is it good? I think it is good to be upfront with your current situation, that you want this kind of guy, a date to marry type, and will accept you for your past mistakes or for your past life decision that didn't work out. But I don't know. I can be diplomatic about it, but personally, I'm not too keen on fathering somebody else's child. That would be quite a challenge. And in this tough economy, heck, even with this tough economy, that's already like having your own is already a challenge enough. What more if you'll add another one? So personally, if it is just me, not too keen on being a stepdad to anybody, to any children.
Kardeşin var mı?
Do you have a sibling?
Evet.
Yes, I have
yani
a sister.
Bir tane kız kardeşim var.
Benim
I don't have
kardeşim
sibling.
yok. Yani hani küçük bir
We really
ailede
don't match with this
büyüdüm.
girl.
O yüzden
That's why I actually wanted to have more of my own children from my ex-husband. He would have,
ama anlaşamadık. O bir gider,
he
bir
would
daha,
live and
yani
would, and
günlerce
after a while turn
dönmezdi.
into a torture.
Artık bir süre sonra işkenceye dönüştü.
So I
O
think
yüzden
having a
bence
loving big
kocaman bir
family is
aile,
very
sevgi
important.
dolu. Önemli böyle şeyler. Sen ne düşünüyorsun?
Evet.
Family is very
aile çok
precious.
kıymetli.
For example, I have lots of cousins. In my childhood, our grandparents' house was always very lively during the holidays.
Güzel, şenlikli geçerdi. Güzel anılar bunlar.
Benim en büyük
So my biggest dream is to
kocaman
have a
bir
big
evde,
house with
neşeli bir
joyful
masa,
table sitting with children.
çocuklarla oturuyoruz.
It's beautiful.
Güzel.
Pembe panjurlu bir evde mi yoksa?
Ya pembe
It
panjurlu
doesn't have to be
olması
house
şart
with
değil
pink
tabii ki.
shutters, of course.
Böyle bahçeli.
But a house with a garden, cats and dogs.
Çiçekli, neşeli bir ev. Huzur senin için ne demek?
Peaceful. What does it mean to you?
Ya bu aralar
These days I feel like I'm
hayatla
racing with
yarışıyor
life.
gibiyim adeta. Hiçbir şeye yetişme
Without worrying
kaygısı
about
olmadan
catching up with
böyle
anything.
rahat rahat, sakin sakin
Yeah, and then
çayını
if
içip,
you're really carefree and then you
bunu
are
demek
thrust
istiyorum,
into
şu an
this
huzuru çağrıştırıyor
relationship
sana.
wherein you have to consider other
Ben
person's
birinin
kid or
omzuna
whatever.
başını koymak. Tanıştığıma memnun
Nice to
oldum o
meet you too.
zaman.
Well, then I
Yani
hope we'll meet again.
görüşürüz.
Umarım.
Oh, I gave her the answers that she wanted. If I didn't, okay, so let's go with somebody who we don't like too much. Let's go with Gulsum. Gulsum.
Merhaba Murat, ben.
Hello, Murat.
Memnun oldum
Nice to meet you.
tanıştığıma.
Merhaba Murat, ben de
Hello,
Gülsüm, memnun
I'm
oldum.
Gulsum. Nice to meet you.
Çok güzel bir ismin var. Yani sana bayağı yakışıyor.
Çok teşekkür ederim. Ya gülümsemek bence iletişim kurmaktaki en önemli şey. Yani insanlar dil bilmese bile...
Babies, for
birbirlerine
example, don't know
gülümsedikleri zaman
anything
her
and
şey
can't
çok daha
talk, but we
kolay oluyor.
understand everything.
Ya haklısın. Bebekler mesela. Hiçbir şey bilmiyorlar, hiçbir şey konuşamıyorlar ama her şeyi anlayabiliyorsun.
Hayatı acısıyla, tatlısıyla paylaşmak çok önemli bir şey. Yani insanlar birbirlerinin yüzüne bile bakmıyorlar. Bu çok acıklı geliyor bana.
Maalesef. Bana da.
Paylaşmayı sever misin? Mesela evini, yemeğini. Bu çok kıymetli bir şey bence. Peki bir partnerin
This is
olsa
actually my
ortak hesap
first
hakkında ne düşünürsün?
foray into like an FMB game that is spoken in Turkish or a different language rather than English. But it's a good thing that there's subtitles on it, so it's just like me playing an Asian game, but not really Asian. Although Turkey, I know it's Middle East, right? Well, what do you think about opening a joint account with your partner? It makes sense.
Ben çocukken annem
When I was a child, my father used to spend their salaries. Isn't that like a proper one, legally speaking? That is, there should be a joint account. Even laws.
Ben böyle bir aileden geldiğim
Is it
için
optional, really? I don't know.
biraz daha bu tarz fikre sıcak bakıyorum. Mesela bana durum çok saçma geliyor. Erkek evin giderlerini tek başına karşılayınca bir yerden sonra artık erkek daha dominant bir hale geliyor. Patronluk taslamaya çalışıyor. Bence bu sağlıklı bir durum değil. Sen nasıl düşünüyorsun?
Ben ortak
I'm in
hesap
favor of a
sanmıyorum
joint
açıkçası.
account.
Ama insanın kendi kişisel
Yeah, true.
ihtiyaçları için örtülü ödenek gibi bir şey olmalı diye düşünüyorum.
Sonuçta ilişki...
For example, if they're like big projects like house renovations, family vacation, you could put place it there, especially if both partners are working.
Evlenmeden önce birlikte yaşama konusunda ne düşünüyorsun?
Ya farkındayım, bu ülkenin gelenek ve göreneklerine biraz aykırı bir durum bu ama...
Yo, Dance, thank you for
hayattan
the stream
alırken bile
streak.
önce deniyoruz. Ne bileyim, araba alırken önce bir deneme sürüşüne çıkıyoruz. Bu da bence bunun gibi bir şey.
So basically, this game is not the usual stuff that I thoroughly enjoy, but this one is more of like a conversation piece. It's not a goon material. It's more of like a mental exercise of, okay, so this is what other people want in their partners. So at least you can have a different perspective other than yours. Like example, earlier I have some ideas about dating, about not particularly being into like single mothers. But then again, you met somebody who is in that same situation, so it could either validate or invalidate your perspective. But I don't know. For the women out there watching, are you fine with dating a single dad? Or again, we're just talking about dates. This is again speed dating. Or even in the future, will you be able to like see yourself ending up uh with a single dad if you really like them? Or will you give them a second chance knowing that they are like a single father? Because, and again, a male and female perspective is quite different. And even men also can like, if they are financially mature or financially independent or can provide, I think it's not a problem for them. But there are others who don't like the idea of it.
Ya olay sadece seks değil, cinsellik değil. Bundan bahsediyorum.
Antagonize bold.
Araba alırken bile
We're doing
dikkat
speed
ettiğim
dates
konuyu
today.
evlilik gibi
This is not a
bir
gooning
durumda
game. This is a gooner game.
yaşamadan evlenmek bana biraz korkunç geliyor. Yani bir insan
What I'm doing is I'm picking my preferred women and then the least preferred women. There are a number of like girls to date here.
Nasıl anlaşacak?
Good morning, Antagonize,
Yani
Dance, and
değişik
everyone
bir
who is hanging out here. Good
Neden
morning.
olmasın?
And when everybody else is playing Requiem, here I am singing the Requiem for my speed dates. Or for my dating career.
Peki
Or
aşka
dating
inanır
life rather.
mısın?
Do you believe in love? She's a woman. Of course, she would love to hear. Of course. It would be quite surprising if she doesn't. But she did say that she likes joint accounts and whatnot. So let's see. Sure.
Yani
What if true love
gerçekten
exists?
aşk varsa peki uzaktan
What do you think
ilişki
about maintaining a
sürdürme
long
hakkında ne
distance
düşünüyorsun?
relationship? You know what, I have been in one or two. It is possible when both parties work towards it. But the mere fact that I'm still single now means it didn't work out. And since I have like two of those already, it probably means that it will I suck at it. Or we both suck at it. So what do you think of maintaining long distance relationship? It can be difficult na lang.
Ya zaten ortada aşk yoksa
It won't
hiçbir
work
türlü
at all, yeah.
olmaz. Uzak ya da yakın fark etmez.
Whether it's far or near, it doesn't matter.
Ama
But longing for how long?
özledi nereye kadar? Yani insan
A person wants to be near with the ones they love. True.
Onu göremedikten sonra
After not being able to
olduktan
see,
sonra
to
ondan
touch, after not spending time together,
sonra nereye kadar?
how far can it go?
Gerçekten
I
aşk
also think
varsa
that if
eğer
there's something
uzaktan
real,
da
real
yakından hiç fark
distance doesn't
etmiyor
matter
bence.
to me.
İlişki devam
Relationship
eder
can
diye
continue without
düşünüyorum.
problems.
Sevgi
Love
çok
is a
farklı
very
bir
different
kavram.
concept.
İnsanlar
People
eşlerini
lose their
kaybediyorlar
partners but
ama
continue
hala
to
onları
love them.
sevmeye devam ediyorlar. Yani iki insan arasındaki çok özel bir bağ aşk bence.
Mhm.
Ya evet ama
Of course,
bunun
but
için
it
emek
requires
vermek
effort.
gerekiyor işte. Duygularına kadar sağlam
No matter how
olursa
strong the feelings are,
bu
if you
aşka
don't
önem
put enough
vermeyi
effort,
devam
everything can
edince
fade away
bir yerden
eventually.
sonra
You may be
kaybolup
right.
gidiyor.
True.
Haklı olabilirsin.
So for the
Peki,
first date, alone
ilk
of course.
buluşmaya baş başa mı yoksa grupla mı gitmek istersin?
Baş başa tabii
As a
ki.
relationship progress,
İlişkinin
hanging out, having fun,
ortalarında
going to
Tabii
parties.
ki arkadaşlarla oturulur, eğlenilir, sohbet, muhabbet, partilere gidilir. Bunlara okeyim, bir sıkıntı yok ama ilişkinin başlarında
I don't
baş
believe in
başa
healthy communication
olmadığında
can be established.
sanki o
Sometimes
sohbet araya
girls come
kaynayıp
with their
gidiyormuş
friends
gibi
rather than meeting
sağlıklı
alone.
iletişimin kurulacağına ben inanmıyorum. Ya bazen kızlar tek başına gelmiyor, yanında arkadaşlarını da getiriyor. Ya sanki ben ne yapacaksam ona, insan kendini kötü hissediyor böyle durumlarda. Sanki ben ona bir şey yapacakmışım da o da böyle tampon olarak birini getirmiş
You're
gibi
basically
hissediyor.
playing as Murat here, so you are limited to his
Bu durum bana
worldview,
biraz
to his
özgüvensizce
current
geliyor.
situation,
Yani ben biraz daha özgüvenli,
We get to know
kendilerine
more of
kadınlara
Murat
daha çok
rather than,
Öyle
well, of course, we will
Bununla da ilgisi
eventually
olabilir.
know about the girls,
Sen ne
but the
düşünüyorsun?
girls are dynamic, they're ever changing.
Yani bunları nasıl tanıştığınla da çok alakalı tabii. Hani bir grup ortamında tanışıyorsun, bir elektriklenme oluyor ama kendinden de emin olamıyorsun ne hissediyorum diye. Yani sonra düşünüyorsun, ne yapacağına karar veremiyorsun. Hani belki ilişki devam etmez, ilerlemez, işte karşı tarafa mahcup olmayayım gibi şeyler düşünüyorsun. Ama benim de
I would
tercihim
prefer to meet
tabii ki
alone.
baş başa vakit geçirmek olur.
Olabilir
That would
tabii
be
ki.
quite problematic, no? No,
Erişkin dinamiği farklı.
to deal with
Aynı
other
şehirde yaşıyorsun
people
ama
whispering on their
karşında
ear.
insan var. Herkes
It would be
birbirinden
it would be
farklı.
good to have
Sonuçta
somebody
benim bu
to
söylediklerim
that doesn't
teorik.
have any
Hayatta
chaperones.
bazen öyle durumlar oluyor ki
But
söylediklerimin
understandable
tersini yapıyor.
nowadays.
Bunlar hayatın içinde olan şeyler. Yani çok da kesin konuşmamak lazım.
Bu sözünü çok seviyorum. Aynı şehirde katman katman yaşam var. Evet, çok haklısın. Yani bazen insan yalnız kalmak istiyor ama yalnız bile kalamıyor. Yani yalnızlık çok çok önemli bir şey.
Aynen katılıyorum.
Yes, you're right. You're right
Çok
till the end.
katılıyorum hem de.
Peki meditasyon
Do you
yapar
meditate
mısın
then?
böyle zamanlarda?
Yeah, she looks like into those kinds of stuff. No, but she's like into crystals and stuff. I want to.
Aslında tam buraya
Actually,
gelmeden
just
önce
before
düşünmüştüm,
coming
biliyor
here
musun?
today, I was thinking about
Böyle
doing things to clear
zihnimi,
my mind. I
bedenimi
believe it's a
rahatlatacak,
sign, and
kafamın
I'll
içini
start doing it
boşaltacak şeyler
soon. But I
yapmayı.
haven't really.
Sen de bugün bu soruyu sordun bana. Ya bence bu bir işaret.
Actually, just before
En kısa
coming.
zamanda başlayacağım.
Yani bu
So
tabii
this is
böyle,
not something that
hemen
can be explained
anlatılabilecek bir
easily.
şey
It's a
değil.
challenging
Oldukça
process.
zor bir süreç ama hani bazı şeyleri
But when you
keşfettiğin
discover
zaman
certain
her
things,
şey
everything
daha
can
kolay
become easier.
olabiliyor. Ben şöyle bir yöntem izliyorum. Bir imaj
In my method, I
getiriyorum.
visualize an image in front of my
O imajda benim
eyes.
için bir zeytin
Actually, I
ağacı.
did try
Çünkü
meditating before.
çocukluğumu
It's
hatırlatıyor
a
bana.
bit
Dedemin
it can
bahçesinde
really
bir
be
zeytin
challenging.
ağacı vardı. Ve oraya gittiğim zaman kendimi o kadar huzurlu hissederdim
Or
ki.
maybe my
Her zaman bunu
visualization
düşünüyorum.
sucks.
Şimdi o imajinasyonu gözümün önüne getiriyorum.
I think that's the right
gidiyorum,
answer.
zeytin ağacının
She's so
altında
passionate about
oturduğumu
explaining it.
düşünüyorum Ve huzur doluyorum. Yani sanki böyle bir asansöre biniyorsun da birkaç kat yukarı çıkıyorsun.
She's really over
gibi
enthusiastic
böyle
about
farklı bir moda
meditation.
geçiyorum. Ama dediğim gibi yani bu kolay bir şey değil. Böyle 2 dakikada anlatabileceğim, çözümlenecek bir şey değil. Ama bence de denemelisin. Murat,
Murat, I'm very
çok
pleased to
memnun
meet you.
oldum.
I'm very
Çok
happy.
mutlu
Everything
oldum
that was very
gerçekten.
positive for me. I would like to
Her
meet
şey
again
çok
if you want to
olumlu
as
gitti.
well.
Tekrar görüşmek isterim tabii sen de eğer istersen.
You know what is very funny is I am switching for I started with Julia because she's gorgeous. And then I went with Arzu, who I will go with the pretty girl, and then the not so pretty for me at least. Of course, your preference may vary. And then I went with Eileen. She kind of looks pretty, but she's a single mother. So, and then I went with Gulsum, of course, from pretty to not so much for me, personal and subjective taste. So let's go with somebody who I think looks pretty. Let's go with Funda.
Merhaba.
Hello, Murat.
ben.
Nice to meet you.
Çok memnun oldum.
Ben de Funda memnun oldum.
Oh,
Çok güzel
she
görünüyorsun.
kind of looks like somebody who I have seen before.
Buraya gelmekteki amacın
Why
nedir?
did you come here? Well, I was pulled by my friend by some. You only live once. Sir Idol Corex, welcome in. Riz, super cutie. Monster Hunter Wilds, and we are here going wilds on speed dating now. Now, this is not a Gunnar type of game. It's more of like a interaction with real humans on how they work. Cold reading, even. Why did you come here? You only live once. Well, YOLO.
Yani değişiklik
I
olsun
want to
istedim.
change.
Zaten son anda haberim
Around
oldu
the event,
etkinlikten.
the last minute, I
Böyle
thought
yeni
let's
insanlar
meet some
falan.
new people.
Evet ya.
I understand
anlıyorum
you.
seni. Ben de hem
I also am
arkadaşlık
looking for
hem de
something that
ilişkiye
can turn into
dönebilecek bir
both
şey
friendship
arıyorum.
and
Sonuçta
relationship.
şu anki devirde
In
yeni
this day and
insanlarla
age, it's not
tanışmak
easy
o
to
kadar
meet new
kolay
people
olmuyor.
after all.
Gerçi
Let's win
senin
her.
kadar
I mean,
güzel
it'd be
bir
so
kadın
difficult
için
for a
zor bir
beautiful
şey değil
woman like you,
aslında.
though.
Teşekkür ederim
Mhm.
iltifatın
Thank you
için.
for the
Ama
compliment, but
bence
it's
doğru
true.
kişiyi
Finding the
bulmak
right person is
gerek ya.
crucial.
Kafaların uyuşması şart.
Evet katılıyorum.
You're right. How can you
Anlaşamadığın bir
sustain a relationship
insanla
with someone
ne
you
kadar
don't
gülüp
get along with?
eğlenebilirsin ki?
True.
Bence sadece kafaları
Of course,
değil,
it's not just
ekonomik
about having
standartların da
compatible
paralel olması
standards should
gerektiğini
also align.
düşünüyorum.
True.
Yani şu anki
Because in this era,
konumda
economy is
ekonomi
important.
önemli bir
What do you
yerde.
think are the economic conditions
Sen ne
important to you?
düşünüyorsun?
Yes, in a way. Well, she did bring it out first, so I think it is important to her.
Ya açıkçası
I
daha
have
önce
faced a
benim
lot of
çok dilim
difficulties in my
yandı bu
previous
konuda.
relationship because of
O
this.
yüzden
That's why I
ekonomik
prefer not to be with a
olarak
woman who
benden
is
çok
economically
farklı
very
seviyede bir
different.
kadınla birlikte olmam.
Bence zaten
I think a man
bir
should
erkeğin
always
her
earn
zaman
more than a
kadından daha
woman.
fazla geliri olmalı diye düşünüyorum. Yani
A woman has
kadının
more
masrafı
expense
daha
and
fazla
spends
ama
more,
erkeğin
but a
çok
man doesn't have
masraflı
many
bileceği bir şey yok. O
expenses.
yüzden bazı
So some
masrafları
expenses should be
erkeğin
covered by
ödemesi
the
bana
man.
normal geliyor.
Well,
Mesela dışarıda yemek
okay.
yemek, içmek gibi. Haksız mıyım?
Yo, haklısın.
Of course, a true gentleman
Zaten
should never make
gentleman
his
bir
woman
erkek
pay the bill.
kadının
True.
hesap ödetmemeli.
Yani şimdi bir de ben belirli
I've
bir
also become
ekonomik
accustomed to
bazda
live a certain
yaşamaya
standard.
alışmışım. İşte dışarıda yemek yemek,
Things like
içmek
eating
gibi.
out, going
Hafta
shopping, and
sonları da
routine. For
AVM'de
example, I
gezmek bana
find
çok
going
sıkıcı gelir.
to the shopping
Sen
mall
ne
on
yapıyorsun
weekends. What do
aslında?
you do on weekends?
Yapabiliyorsam
Especially in summer, I
hafta
enjoy going
sonları,
out
özellikle
on town
yazın,
on weekends. Yeah,
şehir dışına kaçmayı seviyorum.
especially in summer
Ama tabii
when the
kışın
weather
biraz
is
daha
cool,
şehir
we attend
içinde
event,
etkinlik
city.
kovalıyoruz, değil mi? Konser,
I think she will like
müzik,
that.
tiyatro. Sen?
What about you?
Ben de müzik
I
dinlemeyi
also
çok
really enjoy
severim.
listening
Ne
to
tür
music.
müzikler dinlersin peki?
Abo, ikaw
Daha
Kurex.
sakin
Gusto
yoksa
mo ba
daha
na nilibre ka
yemeklerle?
din ng bebe mo? Well, syempre naman. Do you prefer something more intense or something mellow like dinner music? Look at that face. Why is she doing that face? Um I listen to every genre, not specific one. Do she looks like a rocker? Why did it pause at this angle? She's kind of looks like she's snarky. Does that mean that she's into rock? I listen to every genre.
Konu müzik olunca çok fazla bir ön yargım yok. Sadece bu rave müzikler pek hoşuma gitmiyor.
Ben de çok
You're
sevmiyorum.
right. I don't
Yani
really
böyle
like
çok
rave
çıkış
music
çıkış oluyor.
either.
Ben
It gets
böyle
too
biraz
crowded
daha
and chaotic. I
müziklerle
prefer more refined and elegant
Ben de
places.
öyle.
Me too.
Ama insanın arada
But
bir
sometimes
şımarmaya
a change
ihtiyacı
is
oluyor.
needed.
Ben mesela arada bir
I like
kahvaltı
treating myself to a
ısmarlıyorum
nice
kendime.
breakfast alone.
Sessiz, sakin,
Quiet,
huzurlu.
peaceful, just
İyi
with
oluyor
myself.
bence.
Tabii canım çok haklısın.
Yes, you're right.
Ben de mesela kız arkadaşlarımla evde çok fazla yemek
Good morning,
yapmakla
Abo.
uğraşmayız. Dışarıda
Welcome
yemek
in.
yemeye gidiyoruz.
We're doing
Sakin
speed dates
bir
today.
yerde. Maksat hani kaliteli zaman geçirmek olsun diye. Sen ne tür yemekler
We have
seversin?
50-50 odds
Yemek
of
yemekte konuşunca
getting
merak
a second date with some of them. Oh. What kind of food do you like? I wonder what kind of girl she is. Is she like Italian, French, Mexican, Mexico, French, Italian? You know what? Let's go with Mexican. It's more closer to.
Güzel yapılmış
I love
bütün
anything that
yemekleri
is
seviyorum
well
ama
made, but I can say that
Meksikan
Mexican
mutfağı
cuisine
biraz daha
attracts my
ilgimi
attention a
çekiyor
bit
diyebilirim.
more.
Ben de yemek
I
yemeyi
also
çok
love eating
seviyorum
food.
ama mesela
For example, I really
sushi
enjoy
çok
sushi.
seviyorum ama her yerde
Oh,
yemem.
but I don't
Yani
eat it
fast food gibi
everywhere.
oldu artık bir de.
In some
Layığıyla
places, it has
yemedikten
become like
sonra
fast food
önemi yok bence.
after not being able to eat with
Haklısın.
quality. All right.
Peki bir yemek
So if you were a
olsaydın
meal,
ne
what would
olurdun?
you be? Oh,
Yani kuru fasulye pilav
kuru
olurdum herhalde.
fasulye, Turkish beans with
Yani
rice.
sade,
Simple and
bizden,
delicious a taste from our
lezzetli.
cuisine.
Sen?
Ya ben biraz
It can be a bit
nazlıyım.
finicky, so
Kabak
I'd be
şeyli
called
olması
kabak
olurdu
chigel
büyük ihtimalle.
dumasi.
Nadir ve zahmetli.
Rare and laborious.
Ortada
It would be
yesek.
nice indeed. Mm-hmm.
Güzel
Mm-hmm.
olurdu.
Yes, it would be lovely.
Peki diyelim
Let's
ki
say you
yerden
came
elinde bir
into
para
some money,
geçti ama bunu biriktiremezsin
but you
ve
can't
şu
save
an
the
hemen
money.
harcaman
You have to
gerekiyor.
spend it
Neye
right away.
harcardın?
What would you spend it on? Well, that's a good question. But you have to spend it right away. Where would you spend it on? With this tough economy. Well, she did say that she likes to go on vacation and stuff, but luxury. This one could be a bit boring, yung pay my loans. For financial security. Go on vacation. But I have to spend it now. You know what? I'll go with pay my loans. But that's a bit boring. Luxury, go on vacation. But she did say na she also... I think she would like luxury.
Uzun zamandır istediğim bir saat var. Hatta birkaç tane. Onları alırdım. Sen?
Ben de
I would definitely go shopping. I have weakness for it. I can't resist.
Ne
Yeah.
alıyorsun peki en çok?
Yani moda göre değişiyor.
It depends on
Kılık
my mood.
kıyafet, ev dekorasyonu.
She's a
ne
traditional
yaparsın?
woman in that
Sanırım
sense.
sizin
Into
giysinizin
shopping and
ortak
stuff.
özelliği bu. Bıkmadan,
You
usanmadan
can go shopping
alışveriş
tirelessly.
yapıyorsunuz. Mesela ben bir şeye
When I
ihtiyacım
want
oluyor,
something, I
direkt
go and
gidip
get it, for
alıyorum. Ben
example.
AVM'ye girince
I get
deli
bored as soon as I enter
O
the
yüzden
shopping mall.
siz
That's why you need to
beklerim.
go
Çünkü
shopping
ben
without men.
alışveriş yaparken
Because when
yanımda
I'm shopping, I
sıkılmasına
don't want
asla
someone next to me
tahammül
getting
edemiyorum. Yani
impatient and
benim için
urging.
bir nevi avlanmak gibi bir şey. Sabır şart.
Avlanma tabiri cuk
Tell
oturdu.
that to
Peki, sen
men
bir avcı
or to
olsan
husbands
ne
joining their
avlardın?
wives. If you were a hunter, what would you hunt? let's be realistic. You cannot say that you are against hunting, but I don't think she is against that. She also likes that she wants something laborious. So I'll probably go with a deer.
Ben avcılıkla ilgili bazı programlar izliyorum. O yüzden geyik avlardım herhalde.
Hunting is a dominant instinct in men. Even I relate. I attribute their flirtatious behavior to these instincts. Are you flirtatious, man?
Yani
I am
hayatımda
a
bir
relationship?
farklılık
Then
yapmam.
no, I am not.
Ama yok
But if I am single, I look around and observe
bakarım
people.
çevreme ne var ne yok. Ya buna
Is that
çapkınlık
considered
deniyorsa-
womanizing?
Görüşmek üzere.
Hello? Oh no, she didn't like me just like with Julia. Anda yun naman, sir. I really wanted to have her though. With as well as Julia. I don't know if we can do them again. We can. Okay, so you'll just have to pick the right answers
Merhaba,
then.
Murat ben. Tanıştığıma memnun oldum.
Hülya ben, memnun oldum. Nasıl gidiyor?
Can we
Güzel.
skip?
Yani seninle tanışınca daha da
Is there like a button for select scenes?
güzel oldu.
Çok teşekkür ederim. Ne yaptı seni bu toplantılara merak ediyorum.
Ya ben sürekli aynı ortamda
So
yaşıyorum.
at least you can like
İşte
reattempt
evden
to
işe
date them.
biraz
To
farklılık olsun istedim.
Nasıl insanlarla tanışmak istersin?
energetic.
Yani sürprizlerle dolu.
I want to meet someone
böyle
full of
deli dolu bir
surprises and
insanla
full of
tanışmak
life. Someone who
istiyorum.
can make me cheerful.
Beni biraz neşelendirsin.
Peki sen neşelenmek
Well, what do
için
you
neler
do
yapıyorsun?
to cheer up? Earlier, I went to say play games, but I think she wants to hang out with
Yani
friends.
stresli ortamlardan uzaklaşmak gerekiyor öncelikle. Yakın arkadaşlarla kurduğumuz bir poker grubu var. Mesela her cuma günü
This is starting to be like,
akşamları
okay,
oynarız.
give them what they want to hear.
O biraz güzel oluyor, kafa dağıtıyor. Ama tabii sonrasında hep çorbacı da bitiyor günün sonu.
The fake it till you make it type.
Peki seni neler neşelendiriyor?
Ben dans etmeye bayılıyorum. Hani böyle kapı gıcırtısına bile oynayan tipler vardır ya. Ben biraz öyleyim. Sen dans ediyor
I've
musun?
already
Ben bir ara Latin
heard this,
danslarına
but
merak
she likes
salmıştım.
dancing.
Gayet güzel, keyifli bir ortamdı.
I
Ama
lack talent.
biraz
I really wish to see you dance right now.
Ne diyorsun?
Yo, Screws
Seni
Loose,
şu
good
an dans ederken
AM.
görmeyi çok istedim.
We're doing speed
ben de
dating
senin kadar
today
seviyorum
with speed
dans etmeyi
dates.
Tek eğlenen ben olmuyorum. Ya dans ve müzik benim
In fact, if I were to
vazgeçilmezim.
stranded on a deserted island,
Hatta öyle ki ıssız bir adaya düşsem yanıma müzik seti alırım.
ama bu biraz
but would you be
hazırlıksız
unprepared in
olmadı
that
mı?
way?
Yani bari
At
bir
least take
tamamla.
3 items with you.
Yanına 2 şey daha al da
Take
aç-
2
açıkta
more things with you
kalmayasın.
so at least
Yani ne
can
bileyim,
survive.
Bıçak falan al. Yani ada
She'll
sonuçta.
basically bring a friend
Doğru
along,
diyorsun. O zaman
bring
ben biraz
music
düşüneyim. O
since she's
sırada
a
sen cevap
dancer,
ver.
and I think I answered
nasıl cevap
seriously
verirsen.
earlier. I will go with a more creative one. Make fun of
Çekiyorsa telefon.
if phone works.
Bir de tabii
Of course,
ada
the island would
sıcak
be
olur.
hot, so
O
an
yüzden
ice cream maker.
Dondurma makinesi.
And of course, an island would be hot.
Bir
So.
de tırnak makası. Yani ne zaman ihtiyacın olacak.
Nail
belli olmuyor
clippers.
sonuçta.
Ay yok canım.
You need to have
Hayatta
something to
kalmaya
help you
yarayacak bir
survive.
şey yok.
Also, it switched around
Ayrıca telefonda
as the phone might not have a signal.
Bıçak,
A knife,
ilk yardım
first aid
çantası
kit, plenty of
ve
ropes.
bonus
Okay.
halat.
So he will eventually say the serious
Ben
answer,
yanıma en yakın kız arkadaşım.
and I would take my closest
Ya
friend
tek
with me.
başıma çok
It would be
sıkıcı
too
olurdu.
boring alone.
Ne bileyim kız arkadaşımla böyle dalga seslerini dinlerken dans ederdik falan. Tabi bir de CD alırdım. Sonuçta müzik
So
sesine
some
koyacak bir
answers
şey olmadı.
basically circles back to the other answer.
Sonra da herhalde açlıktan ölürdünüz.
Good
Canım,
AM, Screws
var mı
Loose. Wait,
olabilecek bir şeyler?
wait. Let me give you a shout out at Screws Loose. Been a while. How are you doing, man?
Ya Hindistan cevizi vesaire.
Okay,
Ay ne
so
güzel olmaz
I
mıydı
thought
ıssız bir adada
na
kalmak?
you have streamed
Trafik
in
yok,
recently.
bekleyinin yok, yetişeceğin bir yer yok. Dakik olmak zorunda değilsin
You don't have
bir
to be
kere.
on time for anything.
Ha bu arada dakik olmayan insanlar hakkında ne düşünüyorsun?
She's okay with not being punctual. And I said I'm punctual, so let's not go with I'm not punctual. Let's see.
Yani sen değil misin?
Aren't you the one?
Ya soru
Don't
var,
answer my
soruna
question with a
cevap verme.
question.
Bir yere tam zamanında
There's no such
gitmek
thing as
diye bir şey
arriving
yok
somewhere
bence.
exactly on time, in my
ya
opinion.
erken
Either go
gidersin
early
ya da
or
geç
go late.
gidersin.
I'm
Tamam,
one of
biraz
those who tend to
geç
be
giden
a little
yerlere.
late. I
Ve
don't
çok
really
kafayı
stress about it too
takmam.
much.
Ya tabii.
Of course,
yani
if
önemli bir
something is
şeyse
important,
mesela
being punctual is
toplantısa,
important.
Dakik olmak önemli. Ama kalkıp
But
da
if
bir
I'm going to
arkadaşımla
have
çay
coffee
kahve
with a friend, I
içeceksem
can be like
bir
5
5 dakika
minutes
geç
late.
kalabilirim
Yeah.
bence. Ya insanlar çok dert ediyor.
Yo,
ya böyle
Mamshi,
şeyleri.
welcome in. Thank you for the bits. We're just playing the dating game here. Let me give you a special shout out, Mamshi. Currently, Mamshi is also streaming at Mamshi. Ooh, ta ta ta ta ta ta. Stay with me. I think earlier Mamshi was playing Homeless. I don't know if Mamshi is still playing Homeless. 1 hour lang ako nag-live. Siningit ko lang talaga. Ayan, do check out Mamshi playing Homeless. And this time I am playing as another homeless guy who's into speed dating. May work pa bukas din. Ayan, pero what time is it on your end? Here in the Philippines, it's now 10:29. We have been doing this for like 1 hour and 15 minutes or 30 minutes, I guess.
Sanki daha
So I'm
büyük
getting to
dertleri
know
Benim
how
çok
a woman's
beklentiler
mind
üzüyor.
works.
Yani
We have been talking to a number of women. Actually, this one already rejected me. But through the power of video games, I can reattempt my earlier conversations. And since I already know what she's going to answer, I'm going to sweep her off her feet. Oh, well, this is a speed dating. I don't know. And that's why I'm very curious about this game because I've never been into a speed date. But I have seen like movies, series who's into speed dating. Like you will only have like this short window of time, and then you can just talk to them and ask them questions. And if you click, you will have another chance to talk to them. If not, then that's the first and last. So earlier I was being myself, but of course we are following a protagonist here, si Murat. That's his name, and we're dating a series of a number of women. And what I usually do is I pick the prettier woman or the more attractive personally and subjectively for my own taste, and then I went with the least attractive for me. What happens is for the attractive ones, I usually get rejected, and for the least attractive ones, I usually get approved. So, and now I'm reattempting my conversation with the attractive ones, knowing what their answers are already on the first attempt. So, easy kayod.
insanlar birbirine karşı
People are
olan
not very clear about
beklentileri konusunda pek
expectations.
açık olmuyorlar. Belki de ne istediklerini
It's not your
bilmediklerinden.
traditional like gooner game like girls are in their bikinis. This time it's like people or genuine interaction with people and how their mind
Gerçekten
works.
hani mesela vapuru yarım dakikayla kaçırsam bile dert etmem. Vardır bir hayır derim. Hatta öyle ki gerçekten
And so it gives me an idea na, so this is how speed dates work,
Bir arkadaşım çıka gelir falan.
even without being in one.
İnanıyorum böyle şeylere. Babama çekmişim bu konuda. Ya
Again,
babam
thank you
dünyada
Mamshi for the
tanıyabildiğim
bits
en
for
kaygısız
supporting the
adamdır.
stream. Do
Genetik
check out
herhalde.
Mamshi Bells.
Senin var mı böyle genetik?
Do you have any such
huyların?
genetic traits,
Böyle ailenden miras kalan huyların.
habits and such? Actually, I earlier went with clutter earlier. I don't think na she likes yung clutter. Let's go with panic.
Yani bu
Of course, there are
tabii
things that
aileden
come from the
geçen,
family.
ailemden
Especially there
bana
was
geçen
always a
şeyler
sense of
var
panic
tabii.
in our
Mesela
house.
bizim evde çok fazla panik havası vardı. Özellikle babamın
My
en
dad's most
başında,
famous
hadi
place is Hadi.
bir yere yetişeceğimizde
Hadi, because all
en çok
anxious.
hadi
And plus it
yapıyoruz,
gives you like
telaşlanıyoruz.
an idea on the
Telaşla
culture.
evden
This is
çıkıyoruz,
basically a
çıkınca
Turkish,
mutlaka bir
or the
şeyler
setting is
yapıp
Turkey.
tekrar eve döner.
So this is the dating scene in
Gideceğimiz yere
Turkey, or their
gidince de
culture is like.
o hariç herkes suçlu olurdu. Ben de öyle
Except for
ortamda
my dad,
büyümüştüm.
everyone else is I grew in such an environment. People would chase after ferries,
Böyle kovalayan
metros, and
insanlar
buses
var ya,
as so not to miss
Ben
them.
de onlardan biriyim. Öyle büyüdüm.
Ama bazen
But
zıtlıkları da
sometimes I
çekici
think
olduğunu
contrasts are
düşünüyorum.
attractive.
Yani herkes
If
aynı
everyone were the
olsaydı
same,
hayat
life
çok
would be
sıkıcı
boring.
olurdu ya. Böyle renklilik olmazdı.
There wouldn't be any color.
Renklilik
Diversity is good.
Ha bu arada renk
By the way,
demişken,
speaking of
en
colors,
sevdiğin renk ne?
what's your favorite color? I don't know if it's a translation issue, but answer angry and then be polite. I went with be polite earlier, which will go with the color black. And then she gives the answer that she will give on the same question is all of the other colors, which isn't really specific. So I think I will go with the answer angry.
Ya
Whatever
insanın
that's supposed to
çocukken
be.
en sevdiği renk olur.
As they grow up,
Büyüdükçe
they
sadece
simply start to
sevmediği
recognize the
renkler
colors they don't like.
belli olur.
Ay hiç beklemediğim
They were
cevaplar
unexpected
ya.
answers, but unlike you, I
Yani
love
ben
many
senin aksine bir
colors.
dolu rengi seviyorum. Zaman zaman siyah
Sometimes
giymeyi
black.
seviyorum. Morlar, yeşiller,
Purple greens are my
favorim.
favorites.
Ay aslında
I
kırmızı
also
çok
like
seviyorum
red.
ben ya.
Actually, if you
Pamuk
answer the
şeker.
be polite,
Pamuk şeker dünyada en sevdiğim şey.
you will say na you like black.
Ama yani sen şu an mızıkçılık
But you spoiled the game. You asked for my favorite and then you listed all the colors.
Evet yani
I'm a
ben
bit
biraz
like
öyleyim.
that too, though.
Ortaya karışık.
A mix of
bir şey
everything.
seviyorum.
Şimdi sen
No, you're giving
her şeye
multiple
çok
answers
cevap
to
veriyorsun.
everything.
Peki
Okay then.
tek bir insanı sevmek.
Can you manage to love just one person?
Ya bilmiyorum.
I don't know. I
Umuyorum.
hope so.
Çok
I'm not
güzel
sure,
olurdu.
but it would be wonderful.
Peki sen?
What about?
Ben
I'm good at
bu
that.
konuda çok iyiyimdir.
Romantik misin
Are
sen?
you romantic?
Yani romantik
I don't know if I'm
bilmiyorum
romantic,
ama
but I enjoy acting on
duygularımı
my
hareket etmeyi
emotions.
severim. Duygusal biriyimdir.
I'm a sentimental person.
Ben çok keyif aldım ya Murat.
I had a
bu
great time,
konuşmadan.
Murat. See you later.
Görüşürüz.
Oh, see, now I won her over because I already. So basically, you're just like giving all of the answers, and you only have like a series of girls that you can talk to. You will only have like just one. Select scene, back to menu. If we go back to the main menu, settings, continue, credits, continue. So basically, there's no like resolution, or maybe after the first, if you date all of them, will we be able to like conclude it, or this is all just for conversation? Like, do we have like level 2? Do you want to end up with this person or what? You know what? Let's try out a new girl. Let's go with Ella.
Merhaba, ben Murat. Çok memnun oldum.
Merhaba, Ela ben de. Ben de memnun.
Nice to meet you too.
Çok genç.
It looks
görünüyorsun.
professional though.
Teşekkür ederim.
Thank you. I'm a final year
Üniversite son
university
sınıf
student.
öğrencisiyim yani. O kadar da genç değilim aslında.
Anladım ama şanslısın bu kadar genç
Mhm.
göründüğün için.
Ya
I see, but you're lucky.
mesela ben hukuk
I'm studying
okuyorum.
law, but when you become a
Avukat
lawyer,
olunca
you want to
ciddiye
be taken
alınmayı istiyor
seriously.
insan.
Tabii o taraftan düşününce
From that
haklısın
perspective,
ama
you're right,
bir
but
kadın için
for a woman looking
genç
young,
görünmek o
it's
kadar
not
da
a
bir
problem in my
değil
opinion.
bence.
Evet yani orası doğru ama ya ne bileyim.
Did your
yaşın
age
senin
ever
için
become a
hiç
problem for you?
olduğu zamanları olmadı mı? Ya benim için
In my
mesleğimde
profession, there have been a
problem
few
olduğu
times
zamanlar
where
olabiliyor.
when age could be
Ben
a
o yüzden
problem.
kendime takıntı yapıyorum bunu biraz.
She wants to age quickly. If I relate to her,
Ya olmaz
of
olur
course
mu?
it happened to
Ben de
me
ilk
too.
kelime
When I
eğitimken
was recent
stajyer
graduate,
mühendisi
they
görüyordum.
mistook me for an
Ya
intern.
bağırmak istiyordum.
I
ben
wanted to scream, I am
mühendisim
an engineer.
Peki sana
Can I
sakıncası
ask a
yoksa
few
biraz sorular
questions?
sorabilir miyim? Yani bir insanın
So
tanımı
go
nedir
ahead
olur?
and
Ona sorular
I'm open to
sormaktan
answering your
geçiyor.
questions.
Tabii.
Okay.
Sosyal medyada böyle
There are people on
bildiğin
social
bütün
media
her
who
şeyini
share
paylaşan
everything.
insanlar var. Bu konuda ne düşünüyorsun
What do you think
mesela?
about them? Does she look like somebody who overshares? Because she is a lawyer and she is keen on appearing mature. I really don't care. I mean, it's their life.
Yani ilginç bir
It was
soru
an
oldu.
interesting question.
Ben biraz kendi
I am someone who
özelliklerime
values my privacy a bit.
ama açıkçası kim
Honestly,
ne
anyone can
istiyorsa
share whatever they want.
onu paylaşabilir.
Everyone's
Herkesin
page is their
kendi
own profile after all.
sayfası.
True. It doesn't concern me.
Peki
Do you use
sosyal medya
do you
kullanıyor
use social
musun?
media?
Ya da şöyle
Or let
sorayım.
me ask this way.
Kullanıyorsan ne
If you use it,
sıklıkla
how often do you use it and
kullanıyorsun?
for
Hangi
what
amaçla
purpose?
kullanıyorsun?
Not actively use it. I don't use it. Not too much, I guess.
Kullanıyorum ama çok da aktif
I do
değilim.
use it, but I'm not very active.
İlk açma sebebim
I
lise
even created an
arkadaşlarımı
account
bulmak için.
to
Doğru
find my
taraf.
high school friends. But
Ama
I'm
tabii
aware that your
seyirci
generation
arası
is more
bu konuda
active in this
daha aktif
regard.
yani, onun farkındayım.
Ya bu
Age
işin
doesn't
çok
really have
yaşla
much to
alakası
do with
yok
this, in my
bence.
opinion.
Koca
Even
insanlar
mature
şu
adults
an
are now
işlerini
conducting
sosyal
their
medya
business through
üzerinden
social
yapıyor, ne
media.
bileyim,
Yeah, true.
etkinlik haberleri olsun.
Even
ana akım
announcement
medyaya
news that doesn't
düşmeyen
make it to
haberler
mainstream
olsun.
media.
Hepsi şu an sosyal medya üzerinden.
It's all happening on social
Ve gün
media.
geçtikçe daha da
And I
gelişecek
believe
bence.
it will continue to
Evet,
develop
haklı
more and more.
olabilirsin. Belki benim de daha fazla ilgilenmem gerekiyordur. Ama tabii gene de hiçbir ortam gerçek dünyanın yerini tutmuyor. Yani ne bileyim hiçbir
Chat
arkadaş
programs,
buluşmasının
metaverses and
yerini,
such can't fill the void of
misafirliğin
gathering
yerini,
of or being a
hiçbir
guest.
Chat programları, metaverse'ler falan bunlar bence onun yerini tutamaz. gibi
Chat
geliyor.
programs, Regarding being a guest, yes, you might be right actually.
Peki sen misafirliğe
Well, do you
giderken
go
elim boş
empty-handed when
gitmeyeyim
you visit
diyenlerden
someone?
misin? Ya mesela ben
For example,
bir
when
yere
I go
gidiyorsam
somewhere, I always bring
kesinlikle bir
something
şey
along.
götürürüm yanımda.
Um, I will bring them wine. I'll go with flowers to be more
Genelde elime
traditional.
bir şey alıp gitmeyi tercih ederim. Ne bileyim bir çiçek olabilir.
Sorular arasında pek alaka yok gibi duruyor olabilir ama bunlar
But
benim için
they are
önemli
important
ipuçları
clues for me.
aslında.
Tamam avukat hanım.
All right, Madam Lawyer, you may ask whatever you want.
Peki. Geçmişteki
Were your past
ilişkilerin
relationship
ciddi miydi
serious
yoksa
or
geçici
more
miydi?
casual?
Nasıl dan diye sordum ama şaşırdın mı?
Long term.
Asıl soruya geldik şimdi. Ya ben işin açığı günübirlik ilişkilerden pek hoşlanmıyorum.
Either.
Açıkçası
I'm not a
her
fan. I'm
zaman
always looking for
uzun
long-term
ilişkiler
connections, but
derdindeyim ama ne bileyim,
when
kafalar
our minds don't
buluşmayınca
align, it doesn't
bir
work
şekilde
and it
bitiyor.
ends. Yeah.
Tabii o yüzden
That's why it's
doğru
important to
insan
find the
bulması.
right person.
Peki
So
ilişkideki
what's the
en
most
önemli
important
kriterin ne?
criterion in a
Ya
relationship?
tabii herkes doğru insanı bulmak istiyor ama ya kriterler uyuşmayınca olmuyor yani.
Compatibility, I guess. Maturity. Compatibility, maturity, harmony, I guess. Energy as well. I would go with
Ya
harmony.
benim en önemli kriterim zihinsel uyum.
Mental
Bir şeyi
harmony.
sürekli
Not having
açıklamak zorunda
constantly
kalmamak,
explain
belki
everything.
bakışarak anlaşmak.
Perhaps understanding each other with
Bunlar
just a
benim için
look.
çok
These are
önemli.
very important things for me.
Peki ruhu genç bir
Are you
insan
young
mısın
soul
yoksa
or do you
yaşlı
feel old?
mısın?
Bir şaşırtma sorusu herhalde. Ya tabii duruma göre değişiyor ama ruhu genç bir insanım diyebilirim. Ya en azından 70'ime geldiğimde de genç kalmak
I
istiyorum.
still want to remain young. When you're
Peki
feeling
üzgün
sad, what do you
olduğunda
want your
partnerinin ne
partner to
yapmasını
do?
beklersin? Mesela diyelim ki zor bir gün geçirdin, eve geldin
You come home
İşten
after a long day at
çıkmışsın
work,
ya da
or maybe you woke up
sabah
feeling
mutlu
down in the
uyanmışsın.
morning. Attention, affection, understanding. Affection, I guess.
Ya neden
I don't know the
bilmiyorum
reason,
ama
but
ben mutsuz
when I'm
olduğum
unhappy, I seek
zamanlarda
tenderness.
şefkat duygusunu arıyorum. Ya belki de
Perhaps it's something from my childhood.
bilmiyorum.
Ben de mesela
I always
benimle
want to be
sürekli
cared for.
ilgilensin isterim. Yani ne bileyim enerjimi
I
yükseltsin.
want them to boost my
beni
energy to
eğlendirsin
entertain me when
isterim.
I feel down. Compatible.
Mesaj olmuştur avukatım.
Message received.
Peki
If
ilişkide seni
sometimes,
mutsuz eden bir
if
şey
something makes
olursa
you
bunu
unhappy,
konuşarak
do
mı
you resolve
halledersin?
it
Ne
through
yaparsın?
conversations? What do you do?
Yani
Blaming
insanları
people
tabii
directly is not right.
suçlamak
True.
doğru değil.
I usually cool it down. Dialogue is important, but maybe after a few, when things settle down.
Kurmak, karşı tarafı anlamak,
Understanding the
dinlemek,
other
kendini
person,
ifade
listening,
edebilmek,
being able to
bana
express
göre bunlar çok
yourself.
önemli.
I think these are very important, don't you?
Evet. Ya ben de öyle konuşarak halledilmesinden taraftarıyım. Ama bazen oturup karşı tarafın beni anlamasını beklerim yani.
Pasif agresif birisin yani.
Öyle demeyelim
Let's
de.
not say that. Let's
sessizlik
say
en
that
güzel
silence is the
tepkidir
most
diyelim.
beautiful reaction.
Peki,
Yo, Kuzon! Lurk
takım
work.
sporlarını
Have a
sever
nice day.
misin?
Thank you,
Uğraşıyor
Kuzon.
musun?
Project Zomboid.
Bu sporların birçoğunu
I
severim.
like I like most team sports. I used to play basketball and handball before.
Yani bayağı severim. Sen?
Lisedeyken voleybol
I played
oynamıştım.
volleyball when I was in
Şu an
high
daha
school.
çok
Nowadays,
bireysel
I'm more
sporlarla
into
uğraşıyorum.
individual
Fitness
sports like
mesela.
fitness, for example.
Zumba da yapıyorum. Ya Zumba
Thank you,
tek takım
Kuzon.
oyunu sayılmasa da
I do Zumba.
yani herkes aynı anda aynı şeyi yapıyor. Bu benim hoşuma gidiyor. Öyle.
I like her energy.
Peki gönüllü çalışmalarda bulundun mu hiç? Ya da bulunuyor musun?
Have you ever volunteered? I used to be involved in volunteering during my university days. Nowadays, due to work and other responsibilities, I don't have much time.
Şu an tabii eskisi
But
kadar
I still
olmasa da
support
destek
organizations,
olduğum
although
bazı
not as much as
organizasyonlar
before.
falan var. Bir de
I also volunteer to teach math to children in my neighborhood. Whoa, that's good for him, for Murat.
Evet.
Peki bilgisayar
What about
oyunlarıyla
your
aran
interest in
nasıl?
computer games? I don't think she likes that. I like them, but I don't spend too much time on them. I'm not a computer person. I'm also not a computer person.
Bilgisayarda oyun oynayacağım.
Instead of playing games on the computer for hours, I'd rather go and play. I'm more into physical activities. And I think that's more appealing to them. I'm not much of a computer person either.
Yani bazı
I
arkadaşlarım
have some
var,
friends who play
saatlerce
computer games for
kalkmadan
hours without
bilgisayar
getting
başında
up.
oyun
I
oynuyorlar.
wonder who could that be.
Aklım almıyor.
I can't
Hiç
understand it.
yapamam. Ondan merak ettim zaten sordum. Peki
So do you like
alışveriş?
shopping?
Bu konuda yalan söylemeyeceğim.
I won't lie about
Bana
this. I hate
söylesene
shopping.
Yani bir tişört alacaksam
If I need to
giderim,
buy a shirt,
onu
I'll go
alır ve
buy it and
çıkarım.
leave.
Mağaza gezeyim,
I do
orayı
enjoy
göreyim,
going to
yani çok
store
benlik
to store
şeyler
and
değil
browsing. It's not
açıkçası.
my thing, to be
Buna
honest.
ne halim var
I don't have the
ne de
mood or
enerjim
energy
var.
for it.
Ben
Why do
yapamam.
you start with that
Ama sen
one? I guess you like
seviyorsun
it then?
Yani
Not crazy about it, but I do like shopping
çılgınlar
to
gibi
some
olmasa
extent.
da severim alışverişi.
That's a very
İnsanı
strong
rahatlatıyor
position to
bence.
take. Like, I would at least have like an opening na,
Çaldı. Hoşça kal.
see, she doesn't like it. Crossed out. I wonder what wrong answer did we provide her? Because basically all of the answers after that was like automated. Eh. We didn't even choose something. Oh well. You know what? There's still a number of girls, and usually it takes like what, around 5 to 10 minutes to finish a conversation. Let's find somebody else who I think looks good. Let's go with Eda. Eda.
Merhaba, Murat ben. Memnun oldum.
Merhaba, ben de Eda, ben de çok memnun oldum. Her şey yolunda mı?
Evet.
I like her smile though.
ederim. Sende ne var ne yok?
Teşekkür ederim.
Thank you.
Aslına bakarsan biraz
To be honest, I'm a
heyecanlı
little bit
sayılırım.
excited.
Yani şimdilerde
Nowadays,
biliyorsun, her
everything
şeyin
gets
çok
consumed so
tüketildiği
quickly.
çağda doğru insanı bulmak
It's not
çok
easy
da
to
kolay
find the right
olmuyor.
person. Mhm.
Anlıyorum. Evet, çok haklısın.
Sence
Do you think physical attraction is more important or emotional connection?
duygusal bağlılık mı önemli?
I think since she likes it more to, she likes more like to know stuff slowly. I think she wants the emotional answer.
Şimdi elbette
Of course,
ki
physical
fiziksel
attraction is
bağ
important.
önemli. Ya bana göre
For me though, establishing a
bağ
physical
kurmadan
connection without
fiziksel
emotional,
bağ
because a
kurmak
person
çok
can
zor
end up
değil.
disappointed by
Çünkü
just judging based on
insan
beauty
hayal
alone.
kırıklığına uğrayabiliyor. Sadece güzelliğe bakarak. Ama dürüst olmak gerekirse de fiziksel
I
olarak
wouldn't want to
beğenmediğim
build
bir
an
kadınla
emotional
da
bond with a
duygusal
woman
bağ
I'm not
kurmak
physically
istemem.
attracted to. Same.
Sence de biraz orta
Don't you
yol
think this
güzel
answer is
olmalı mı
somewhat middle of the
Yok,
road though?
yani
No, actually,
duygusal
emotional
bağ daha
connection is
önemli.
more important.
Fiziksel
Physically
biraz
just make
daha
things a bit
işleri
easier. You could say, yeah,
kolaylaştırıyor.
true.
Dikkat çekiyorsun öyle diyelim.
Peki o fiziksel
Well,
çekici
does could the
yıllar
commitment
sonra
change
değişince
when physical attractiveness changes
bağlılıkta
after
değişiklik
years?
oluyor mu?
No, I think if you already have established a strong emotional, does the commitment change when physical attractiveness change after years? Well, that's alterable. I
Ya
mean,
belki zamanla duygusal
maybe
bağ
emotional
kurulur.
connection can
Onda
develop
problem
over
yok
time.
ama
There's no problem with that.
başlangıçta
But in the
bence
beginning, I think physical
daha önemli.
attractiveness is more
Ya bir de
important.
bütün ilişkiler
Also, all relationships
sonuçta
don't last forever after all.
sonsuza kadar sürmüyor.
Really?
Duygusal bağ
Rather
kurup
than
daha
forming an
sonrasında
emotional bond
pişman
and then
olmaktansa
regretting it later,
bilmiyorum,
I
çekicilik
thought
bana
of physical
daha
attraction seems more important. What?
Anlıyorum.
I understand, and thank you for your honest
Bu
answer.
cevabın için teşekkür
How about you?
ederim.
What's your answer on that?
Sence bir kadın
In
ne
your opinion, what does a
yaparsa
woman do
tahammülsüzleşirsin?
makes you become intolerant? Jealousy. Although one can say aggression, I think. Kasi jealousy is pretty common, but aggression, like started hitting me or you start. Usually, aggression is the next step of jealousy. Like if she can't express her, or I think an extreme form of jealousy is aggression. Let's go with
bunu
aggression.
yaşamadan bilemeyiz. Ama daha önceki
But in my
ilişkilerimde her
previous
şey
relationship,
başlangıçta
everything
çok
seems
güzeldi.
to great at the
Ama
beginning,
daha
but
sonrasında
later on, the other person
karşı
started
tarafta
to become
agresyon
aggressive.
olmaya başladı ve ben karşı
As I
tarafı
tried to
sürekli
calm them down
sakinleştirmeye
constantly,
çalıştıkça karşı
the other
taraf
person
biraz
become
daha
a bit more
çekilmez bir hale
intolerable.
geldi. Ama tabii başka bir kadında
However,
başka
with
bir şey
another woman,
olabilir.
it could be something different.
Bunu şimdiden
It's hard for
söylemem
me to
zor.
say this in advance.
Ben de kıskançlığa
I
ve
can't tolerate jealousy
agresyona
and aggression
tahammül
either.
edemem. Bence çok
I
aşağılayıcı
think they
ve
are very
yorucu bir şey.
demeaning and hurtful.
Sana ütopik bir
Let
soru
me ask
sorayım.
you a utopic question.
Hiç yüzünü görmediğin
Would you say I love you to someone whose face you've never seen before? Hmm. Why not? I mean, if you connect with them, I love you to someone you've never seen before. No,
Ya hayır. Bu
this is impossible for me.
imkansız benim için. Sen?
How about you?
Bence
For me, I
fiziksel
believe it is
olarak
important to
bir kadına
connect mentally
zaten
before getting
çok
physically
bilmiyorum.
close. After that, if
Karşılığında
someone
bana
has won me
değer
over with their
düşünüyorum.
personality, I would say I
Ama
love you.
sonrasında
But I
bana
can't be
kendimi
certain about
sevdiğimi
anything.
ve ben de seni
You can't know without experiencing it.
Ya hiçbir şeyden emin
Whenever I
olamam.
speak confidently,
Yaşamadan bilemeyiz.
yet I still
zaman
keep,
büyük
or maybe I
konuşursam
just love the
ağzıma
world of
küfür etmem
imagination.
Benim de ama ben büyük konuşmaya devam ediyorum. Ya da hayal dünyasını seviyorum. Buradan da
So
sana
let me
hafta
ask
bir
you
soru
an
sorayım.
abrupt question from here.
Sence
What would you do if there was a zombie invasion?
Yalnızlık kopsa ne olurdu?
Usually these are good question, leading questions. You can actually use their answers. And no, this is this a leading answer, or this is a probing question? For example, if you share this, you can have like, okay, so you are this kind of person, you prep, blah blah blah. What would you if there's a zombie invasion? I'll fight or I'll run away. I'll probably fight.
Güldürdün beni.
You made me laugh. Let me think for a moment.
Şu an tamamen
Right
sallıyorum
now I'm
zaten.
completely making
Gerçekten
up.
bir şey.
I'm already something far from it.
Savaşırdım.
I would fight.
Savaşırdım. Bütün insanlığı
I would protect
korurdum.
all of humanity,
Özellikle seni.
especially you. You.
Sen ne
What would
yapardın?
you do?
Sanırım
I think I would
de
become a zombie too. What the
zombi
heck?
olurdum. Ve sanırım
And I guess I
hayata
would try to
olmaya
adapt to
çalışırdım.
the new life.
Ya, bu
What?
da iyi bir fikirmiş.
Well, that seems like a good
O
idea.
zaman
Okay, then I'll change the
soruları
question.
değiştiriyorum. Geleceğe
Looking at the
yönelik
future differently,
farklı
if
bakacak
you approach it
olursan,
differently,
sence
is sex more
seks mi daha
attractive
çekici
or love?
yoksa aşk mı?
I think at the end of it, you really want love, and then, but then she did say that she wants to have somebody who she can relate to. I think the answer would be. I think there was this saying that I encountered previously that men. Oi, Mamshi, thank you for subscribing with the Prime. They've subscribed for 2 months, currently on a 1 month streak. Thank you, Mamshi Bells. You rune appears in your hand. Let me give you a special shout out again. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mamshi. I don't know if it's 100% accurate or not, but if our men have I don't know I'll say this. Women have sex in order to get love, or not really, or parang women have sex to get attention and love, men have sex. No. What was the right quote for that? Men. Okay, men wants. Is it welcome to sleep? No, for me it is love. Yeah, I really think so. Din na dapat. And then, I mean on the modern dating scene, kasi na parang the hookup culture, quote unquote, na parang now it's like it doesn't matter parang nowadays dapat I don't know. So parang women engage with this like hookup culture because they want love. Eventually they expect to blossom it into love, and then men engage in sex because they just want to have fun or whatever. I don't know. I need to validate that quote that I read somewhere. I don't personally believe it. I just listen to it. Is sex more attractive or love? I think it's really love. But it just made me remember that quote that I read from somewhere. Like, really interesting. Maybe on the more dating scene and the newer generation, I think I read it like, really the newer generation who are mostly liberal thinking. They are okay with hookups. They engage in hookups because it will eventually turn into love, or they give it off so easily because it might eventually turn out into something. But before, it was like in order to get it, you need to there should be love first before you give it away. I don't know. But again, the right for me, and I think she will also like this love.
Aşk tabii ki.
Love, of course.
Aşk bu işin
Love is the spice of this matter. Otherwise, it becomes too colorless for me, in my opinion.
fikirlerini
I
söylerken
felt
biraz
the
daha
need to explain my
açıklamak
thoughts a bit more when
zorundayız.
sharing
Bence
them.
rahat olmalısın. Çünkü buraya kimse kimseyi yargılamaya gelmedi. Hatta
In
belki de
fact, maybe
insanların
people are here
doğrularını
not to
kendi
seek the
zorunlu
truths on
arayıp
others but to find their own truth. Oh.
Peki sen fikirlerini sıklıkla ifade edersin?
Yes, I do. It depends or always. How do you often express your thoughts? I would say it depends. Example, on my social media, I keep it precise and more relating to video games and what I'm passionate about. For politics, I don't entirely share or show my sleeves. Like, it's really divisive. Local politics, international politics. So even with games, it can already be divisive. But I limit myself, and on my socials at least, I keep it focused on video games. So I'll go with it depends.
Yani duruma göre değişir tabii. Ya, gerekiyorsa
Tito J, thank you
ederim
for the alert.
ama bazen de susmak en iyisi oluyor. Sen?
Ben fikirlerimi
Good night
sıklıkla
again,
ifade
Mamshi. Thank you for supporting the stream.
Peki, bütün bir gününü boş
If you
geçirsen
spent the
nasıl
whole day
hissedersin?
doing nothing, how would you feel? Doing nothing? I usually do stuff, get bored as well.
Şimdi benim
Well,
uzun zamandır aslında
actually for a
bütün
long
günümü
time I had
vakit
this dream of
geçirmek gibi bir
spending my
hayalim
entire
var.
day in bed.
Ama bunu
But when I think
gerçeğe
about it turning into a
dönüştürdüğümde
reality,
nasıl olur
I'm
bilmiyorum.
not sure how
Bu
it would
konuda ben
be.
biraz
I
bence
think
kendimle
I
çelişiyorum.
contradict
Çünkü
myself because
tüm
if
gün
I spend the
yatakta
whole day in
olursam
bed, I feel guilty.
kendimi suçlu hissediyorum. Yani hayat orada akıp geçiyor ama ben hiçbir şey yapmadan orada yatıp dinlenmek bilmiyorum bana biraz ters geliyor. Sonuçta zaman geri gelmiyor. Hiçbir şeyde ötelemeye gerek yok.
Ben planlı yaşamayı seviyorum.
I love living a planned
Çok
life.
işim var ve
I have a
zamanım
lot of
yetmiyor.
work and time is limited.
Hatta bunun için
In
de
fact, to make good
trafiktekilerden
use of my
zamanlayıp
time, I
kullanmak için
started
İtalyanca
listening
dersleri
to
dinliyorum.
Italian
İtalyanca.
lessons.
Evet,
Italian lessons.
bayağı da iyi ilerledim bu arada. Hatta kursa vesaire gitmeden. Geçen de
I
arkadaşım
had conversations with my friend's Italian boyfriend the other day.
Bayağı iyiydim yani, mutlu oldum.
Ne cevherler varmış sende. Şu an şaşırdım.
Evet, gizem önemli. Peki, son bir soru sorayım sana o halde. Sence partnerinin daha öngörülü biri olmasını mı istersin yoksa daha gizemli olmasını mı?
Did she likes my did she like my answers or more mysterious? She likes planned stuff, right? You know what? I think women mostly like mysterious men. But she likes to live a planned life. I think women likes mystery in their lives.
Ben
I would
gizemli
prefer
biri
someone
olmak
mysterious.
istiyorum. Çünkü insan
People who
keşfetmek
want to
ister,
discover.
merak ister.
They crave curiosity.
Öngörülebilir
But she
insanlar bence
she
sıkıcı.
grabbed a glass of water.
Tabii bana göre.
Tamam o halde.
All right. It was very
Konuşma
nice
çok
to meet you
memnun
too.
oldum. İyi bir sohbetti, teşekkür
It was a lovely conversation. Thank you. Oh, she didn't like my answers, I think. Ay, hindi. She likes it. Eda. Give me a check mark. Okay, I guess that's that for now. It's now pushing to 11 o'clock. So that is Speed Dates, a game that was released back in March 31st or 30, 2023. So if you guys are looking to get to know what is behind what is happening behind speed dating, this gives you a good idea of it. I think I already have an idea when I have seen it on movies, but this one, it will put you in the driver's seat of somebody, a male of a certain culture, a certain culture, a certain upbringing. Even though like you wanted to go with this type of answer, of course, there's already a script for it. So even though na, okay, let's go with this answer, but according to the script, he will say this kind of stuff. So this is more of like an interactive fiction, and you are following the story of Murat and how he thinks while interacting with various women who came from different walks of life, different circumstances in life. We actually talked to a single mom, Aileen. We talked to Ella is a university last year, last, I think she's on her last year in the law school. X means that she didn't like our conversations. I think with Edda, we really clicked. I liked our conversations. It's kind of organic. So at least this one, I like her aura and vibe. And for me, she looks good. So she's the first one who I think na let's go with her because she looks good, and then we click. So I think it's more about we jive with the wavelength, and I think that is what speed dating in general is like. You go on this speed dating events. Of course, not everyone will be your cup of tea. There will be others who will come strong, who will be really demanding about stuff. Example with Aileen, who is a single mom, who has different priorities. Of course, she is prioritizing her two kids, a 2 years old and a 3 year old, and she wants to be financially supported and be a stay-at-home mom. And then you have Ella, who's a university student who wants to mature quickly. I don't know. I kind of like her vibe at first, but after she rejected me, I don't like her anymore. Julia, on the other hand, I like her smile. And then initially she rejected me, and I attempted to have a conversation again. And that, I think that is quite a shame, really. I don't know if after like you finish all of them and they all liked you. I wish there is like a second date follow-up or to wrap things up. But I don't think that this is the kind of game na will have like a complete resolution. Maybe because it is called speed date. So what you are doing basically is just impress all of these women by choosing the right answer. The predetermined script na, okay, for Funda, you should choose this, this, and this. And then you move on to the next girl. But I don't see any like next button or second date button. So if ever now we check all of this, what happens next then? And even if you go back to the main menu, there isn't like anything unlockables or bonus content. So that will also be a detriment as well. Like if you want to have a resolution for each of the characters, this one I haven't really dated. I wonder who she is. This one rejected us though. I wonder who she is here. Layla. I think she's Layla. This is a single mom. This one, I think she is Eileen. This one we haven't encountered. She keeps on spraying alcohol in her hands, no? Could be a germaphobe. So I guess if you guys are interested, you can drop by the comment section on YouTube since I will be exporting this on YouTube. But wait, you know what? Let's cap it off by dating. I think she looks good. Let's see if we will be able to win the hot girl here. Layla. Let's see.
Merhaba.
Hello, I'm Murat.
Murat ben.
Merhaba, Leyla ben de memnun oldum.
Nice to meet you too.
Böyle durumlarda benim
In situation like this, I have some questions that I ask. Let's go to the questions without wasting time. What are the 3 qualities you look for in a partner? 3 qualities. Usually I go with respect. Let's go with excitement.
Bence
Looks
bir
like
ilişkiyi
she is
tutan
an exciting
en
girl.
önemli şeyler heyecan, tutku ve
Passion and
özveri.
devotion.
Bunlar olmadan
Without them,
bir
I
ilişki
think
bence olmaz.
there can't be relationships.
Peki.
Do you think physical attraction is an important?
Tabii. Önemli.
It's important, of course.
Kafalar anlaştıktan
That's why I
sonra
will end the
sanki
stream with you
bilmem.
because
Bilmem, bazen
I don't know if sometimes it's not enough. As a person, you can love like someone, but
Ama bir elektrik var ya.
these sparks of attraction, it's not there. It feels like it can't work. Oh, yeah.
Peki, yönetmeyi mi seversin?
Do you prefer to take charge or be led?
Yani sosyal hayatta eşitlikten
In social
yanayım.
life, I'm in favor of equality. No one should lead or be led.
Ortak karar almak daha
What's
sağlıklı geliyor bana.
what's the need for that?
Yani sosyal
I'm not talking about social life. I mean the private life, the bedroom, for example. Well, She is giving off that energy, and she has like that interesting clothing taste and preference. Do you think that she is a dominant character? Does she wants to be led? I want to be dominated. Is she giving up a dominatrix vibe? I think so, no? No, you know what? I prefer to be the dominant.
Yani bu kadar direkt bir soru beklemiyordum. Yani yönetmek diyebilirim. Yönetmek daha keyifli olabilir.
Leading might be more enjoyable. That feeling of control. Look at that hair twirling.
Bana daha keyifli geliyor.
That is already a cold
Sıcak
reading.
basmadı mı? Sana da.
Bazıları
Some
sıcak sever,
people
değil mi?
prefer warmth.
Sevmez mi?
Don't they?
Sevmez
Don't
mi?
they?
Peki
So what do you
sen ne
like?
seversin?
To lead or
yani
be led?
yönetmeyi mi yönetilmeyi mi?
Benim sorularımla
Will you go along with my questions?
Ya ama soru çok
No, but the
ilginç
question
geldi
seems
şimdi.
interesting, so I'm asking.
Benim de seninle ilgili
I'm curious
bilgi
about what
bilmeye
you think.
hakkım var bence.
Yeah,
Tamam.
Alright then.
öyleyse. Ben
I would like the
erkeğin
man
beni
to lead me.
yönetmesini isterim.
Yes, you got the
Gücünü
right answer.
hissettirsin yani. Öyle değil mi?
Öyle
Yes. Okay.
tabii. Öyle tabii.
So what's your
Peki,
favorite food?
En sevdiğin yemek.
You know what? Let's give her a stuffed green pepper. I think she likes spice in it.
Hani ben pek
I'm not choosing anything but
yemek ayırt etmem ama bu aralar çok fena
lately I've been
canım.
really craving for stuffed
çekiyor.
grape leaves. What the?
Senin?
Do you want to be stuffed?
Ben sarmayı çok seviyorum.
Wait, what?
Sarmayı,
I love wrapping them, unwrapping them, shaking them, and getting shaken.
Çok
You're
şakacısın
quite
sen.
playful.
Hayat zaten çok sıkıcı
Is
değil
it
mi?
life already boring enough?
Yani
I
ben
don't
uzun
believe in
ilişkilere
long-term
inanmıyorum
relationships, Murat.
Bir süre sonra
After a
fare
while, it
kabuğuna
turns into a
dönüyor.
trap. You
Ne
can't
mutlu
make someone
edebiliyorsun,
happy,
ne
and you
mutlu
can't be
olabiliyorsun.
happy either.
Yani
So when
öyle
it gets
olunca
like that, I leave.
gitmek gerekiyor, öyle değil mi?
Okay, so she's into like short-term
Ya bir
things.
şekilde toplanır aslında.
Actually, things can work out sometimes.
Mutsuz
If you're
oluyorsa
unhappy, you
da
should make an
bir
effort.
çaba sarf edilir. Öyle hemen
Shut up,
Make-
you. Just ride it.
etmek için ben
I prefer making an effort to make someone
Yani
happy.
bilmiyorum ne
I
yaparsan
don't
yap, bir
know.
süre
No
sonra
matter what
tabak
I
tadı
do, it
geliyor.
becomes tasteless
Peki
after a
sen
while. So what do
ilişkiyi
you
yansıtmak
do to keep your
için ne
relationship
yaparsın?
alive?
Bana şahane
Come,
fikirlerle
come to me with
geliyor.
interesting ideas. Okay, so let's give her
Bence
what she wants.
sürprizler
I think small surprises
her zaman
always
işe
work. A
yarar.
nice dinner, a little getaway, or a nice gift.
Güzel bir yemek olsun.
And that's why I think this is like a
Güzel bir
good
tatil olsun.
mental practice to get
Güzel
to
bir
know
hediye
different
olsun.
sorts of people. Like you have a reserved people, you have
Problem
like a
şekilde.
happy-go-lucky one. And I
Mutlaka bir
think with
yolu vardır.
Eda,
Yani
she's more into my
karşı tarafı
wavelength.
iyi tanıyıp ona
This
göre
one is more of
davranmak
like a
olabilir.
liberal
Peki
woman.
erotik oyunlar hakkında ne
Mhm.
düşünüyorsun?
What do you think about that? Oh, he acts like he's well. He may be more into the conservative side.
Bunları
Should we
biraz,
talk about these things privately?
yani bunları biraz
He kind of is disappointed.
kaldığımızda mı konuşsak?
You're acting a
Yani
bit
tabii
conservative.
öyle.
Whether we stay alone or will depend on the
Biraz
answers. These are
bakınca
important
cevaplara
things
göre
for me.
belli olmayacak mı? Bunlar açıkçası benim için çok önemli.
Ya ben
What are you
doğal
doing,
adamım
Murat?
aslında.
Normally, I'm not very shy,
Bu
but
kadar adamın içinde de bunları konuşmak ne bileyim biraz.
huh? Why is he acting so prude all of a sudden?
Pardon, bir tane daha rica edebilir miyim?
Ah, okay. He wants to loosen up a bit. He keeps on drinking more. But he feels disappointed. Okay, let me give you a hint.
Doğada yapılan
Things
şeyler.
done in nature
Yani. Onlar biraz
are enjoyable. I
keyifli
love
ben.
things done in nature. Mm-hmm.
Seviyorum yani doğada yapılan şeyleri.
You're acting all mysterious.
Mahcup ettim
You
beni milletin
embarrassed
içinde ya.
me.
Öyle mi?
You seem like a mischievous
Yaramaz
man.
bir adama
Mm-hmm. I guess it is a right call to go with her.
Tamam.
She's
O
the
zaman
most
bana
playful
fantezi anlat.
or the most naughty of all the girls that we have talked to so far.
Derken şikayesi olmasın da.
Dip bite. Mm-hmm. Will they work?
Çok sıkıştırdın beni.
You're pressing me too much.
Kaçak
I don't want you to
istemiyorum.
fight.
Dinliyorum.
Shy, I'm listening to you.
En büyük fantezim Görünmez olup insanların benim hakkımda ne söylediklerini dinlemek olurdu.
Why though? That seems to
Anladığım
be
kadarıyla
really
cesur
stressful.
değilsin.
You're not as brave as I thought.
Tam cesaret de
Okay,
yerinde
it's nice
güzel
to have a
yani.
courage at the right time.
O
You know
zaman
what,
başka bir
Murat?
soru
You're
soruyorum
lame. You're
sana.
freaking lame.
Elinde sihirli
If you had a
lamba
magic
olsa,
lamp and one wish
içinden
from the
çıkan
genie,
cinden bir dilek dileme hakkın olsa
I would have
dileme.
handled that differently. And you are
Her şey
already
biliyor
showing
muyum?
like
Evet.
you are dismayed with her.
Para dilerdim.
I
Yani
wish for money, but like
ama böyle
unlimited.
sınırsız para.
And even she's starting to get
bu devirde
bored. Look
param
at
varsa bir şekilde her şeyi
her
hallediyorsun.
expression.
Sınırsız param var. İlk ne yapardın?
Read her body,
Önce güzel bir tekne alırdım. Sonra
body
bir hafta
movement.
güzel bir tatile giderdim. Tatile
no,
falan-
sorry, body language.
Sen ne yapardın?
Is this what you call sexual tension? Because I don't see any. Let me see. You know what? I think Murat is a douchebag. It took me how many women? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It only took a liberal woman to bring out the worst in him. With Eda, I think because it could have turned out differently. Like I don't know, maybe he's a bit conservative and all, but his body language tells it all. Like it could have ended differently, but man, I wasn't. I think the control was removed from me. Like she was asking a series of questions and there were no answers. It's like it was just like, okay, let Murat speak his mind, show the awkward body language, man. Although Layla is more of like the stereotypical liberal, outgoing, naughty type of person. And I think if he really wants to win her over, he should have like didn't show. Again, probably a different culture, probably his upbringing, or that is his script. But I really didn't like how Murat is on that conversation. But I guess that's it. That the highlight of the stream would be Layla and Eda. Julia is also good. Funda kinda looks like a popular performer who retired and has been the talk of the town. I don't know if you can see it, but you tell me. Layla is a bit naughty and playful. If I were in Murat's shoes, I would have chosen a different answer and we would probably click. Eda is probably the most compatible one. I like her vibe and all. Okay, I guess we can wrap things up now. Thank you for checking out Speed Dates. If you want to, you can check them out on their official Steam store page. This game was released back in March 2023. So you can check it out right now, or you can buy it if you have the funds. But if not, you can always go wishlist this and check it out when it goes on sale or on a bundle. And if you want, you can check out the other girls. Will we continue with another episode maybe soon? Thank you, Larkit. Koriksu Speed Date Training Arc. Yes. Now, what is this? Basically a speed dating game, Zarisa. We got rejected by Funda, by Ella. This one's a university law school student. This is a single mom. We click. For Funda, no, she rejected me, so I don't care. Gulsum is more of like a what is she? Into crystals and stuff. Arzu is more of like a typical corporate woman. Edda is more like idealistic and stuff, and Layla is your OnlyFans model. Just kidding. She is very playful and very naughty, and that's a reason why she rejected me is because the game has this stupid or conservative main protagonist, Murat, and he basically showed negative body language towards Layla, which I think if I were on his shoes, it would have gone differently. Panda Korea is lurking while I pack for the Philippines. My flight is tomorrow. Wow! Safe travels, Panda. And hopefully you enjoyed your stay here. And do check out Panda Mami, but I don't think Panda will be... Well, I haven't seen you stream as of late, but maybe because you were preparing for your travel back here in the Philippines. Enjoy your Philippine travel. I don't know which destinations will you be going here, or will you check out once you return? Maybe a bit of Boracay or whatever. But hopefully you'll have fun. Abo said, ingat ka na kay Kurix, matindi ang training niya. Training arc, yes. Maybe we can, you know what, since you guys are here, I would have said na Layla would be the highlight, but do you guys want to, you have any suggestions? Someone who has no X and check marks. We have AC, we have LF, we have Esgi, Nuray, Pinar, Esra, Meltem, and Saiza, and then Sevgi. Joanna, it's very hot in the Philippines. Perfect time for the beach, yes. Actually, we went to Boracay like last year around a colder season. So we were shaking when we were at the beach. But if you guys don't want to try out another girl, I guess we can end it with Layla. But Edda, I think I really like Edda. Julia has a really sweet face. Layla is a very gorgeous, but Murat is a blundering buffoon. I wonder who else who can check out. I've had my eyes on Ezra. Ezra. Okay, let's go with Ezra by Joanna's request. Ezra.
Merhaba, Murat ben.
Hello, I'm Murat.
Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum.
Nice to meet you.
Merhaba Esra, ben de çok
I'm Ezra.
memnun oldum.
Also glad to meet you.
Ama biraz başımda döndü diyebilirim yani. Sence de çok hızlı olmuyor mu bu görüşmeler?
Yani evet, anlıyorum seni. Hız baş döndürücü ama senin güzelliğin de öyle.
Çok teşekkür
Thank you,
ederim.
you
Sen de
embarrassed
bayağı iyi
me.
görünüyorsun. Neyse vakit
Anyway,
geçiyor.
before
Ben
time
sana
passes, I
birkaç
want to
soru
ask a few
sormak istiyorum.
questions.
Esra, istediğini sorabilirsin ama çalışmadığım yerden olmasın.
Ona söz veremem.
I can't promise
Başlıyorum
that.
o zaman. En sevdiğin yemekler
Is pizza
arasında
among your
pizza var mı?
favorite foods?
Şimdi bir an
Oh, naman, why not?
sevdiğim
I
yemekleri
think about my
düşünüyorum.
favorite
Sanırım
foods.
listeyi belirlemek
It's not
bayağı
easy to
zor.
make the list.
Ama
Pizza, no, it's
pizza
more
ilk
of a
beşe
ceasing
girer.
for me.
Ya hele de benim gibi bekar bir
After all,
adamın
I'm a single
favori
guy, and pizza is
yemeklerinden biridir pizza.
my savior when
O
it comes to
yüzden
food,
sık
so I
yiyorum,
eat it
sipariş
frequently.
ediyorum.
Will I
Fakat
say it's my
sonrasında
favorite
pişmanlık
if you eat it?
duyuyorum. Ama mutlu da oluyorum. Tamam, itiraf ediyorum. Tüm bu
Confess,
sağlıklı
I'm saying
beslenme
this, setting
edebiyatını
aside all
kenara
these
bırakarak
healthy eating
söylüyorum.
ideas.
Evet, yani pizzayı seviyorum.
İçten ve coşkulu
Thank you
cevabın
for
için
your
çok
sincere
teşekkür
answer.
ederim. Ben de bayılıyorum pizzaya ve bana çok samimi bir yiyecek gibi geliyor. Yani arkadaşlarınla, sevdiklerinle paylaşıp yemek, yani sosyalleşmek benim çok hoşuma gidiyor, bilmiyorum. Senin için ilk buluşmada en uygun yer neresi?
Okay. Date at the coffee shop, date at a pub. You know what? I think it's pretty standard to go in a coffee shop. Pub. Do you think she's a pub girl? I mean, like, usually when it comes to pubs, it's like alcohol, billiards or pool table, and there could be other guys that might hit on her. And that's why I think it's much more better if we go on a date at a coffee shop. Let's go with a date at a coffee shop.
Ya ben de ilk yemek buluşmasının daha şık bir yerde
But going out on a meal on the first date is not
Ama yine de
necessary.
ilk buluşmanın yemek olmaması gerekiyor bence.
Wait, what?
Kahve içmek bana daha doğru geliyor. Çünkü insanlar çok sıkıcı olabiliyor. Öncelikle kahve içip bir bakmak, o enerjiyi
Actually, I went on a
hissetmek,
date before,
bunlar
way
bana göre daha
before,
doğru şeyler.
wherein
Çünkü
we
yemek
had like
yiyorsun,
a
o
full
yemek
course,
bitecekse
like lunch,
yemekten keyif alacaksın da falan. Ya bir
and then
sürü iş.
afterwards we had
Sonra bir
coffee.
de onu kalkıp eve bırakacaksın falan.
I wish we had
O
coffee first and then we
bayağı
had
uzun
a
mesele.
full
Yani
course
o yüzden
meal, but
kahve içmek bence en
we
doğrusu.
met like during lunchtime.
Okey, anlıyorum ama ben kültürel
understandable,
etkinlikleri de
right?
çok seviyorum. Hani gezi falan da olur. Keyfe göre ya da moda göre, kişiye göre de değişiyor tabii ki ama Peki bu tanışma aplikasyonlarında
Who met on
tanışıp
dating apps
evlenen
and got
arkadaşların
married?
var mı?
Yeah, I know somebody who got married from dating apps. How about you guys? Do you have friends who met on a dating apps and get married? I don't personally know anybody, so let's go with no.
Benim çevremde yok öyle birileri. Ya zaten bankacılık online, filmler online, ne bileyim alışveriş online. Ya bari bu offline
Flirting
olsun.
be offline.
Ya tabii
At least let
illaki
flirting
vardır
be offline.
oradan tanışıp da mutlu olan insanlar ama
Well, I have met
benim çevremde
some
yok.
exes online, so
Bu konuda
I
önyargılı
might be biased
olabilirim
about
biraz.
this
Yani
matter.
bilmiyorum, hoş burada ne
You
işim
could
var
say, what are you
diyebilirsin ama
doing here? But
diğer online
here compared to
aplikasyonlara
other
göre burada
applications, your
yüzde
chances of meeting
görme,
are higher.
tanıma şansın daha yüksek. Gerçi senin
Yeah, true.
dediğin de çok önemli.
Basically, when you are on a dating
Ortak
app,
fikirlere sahip
people
olman,
can just
kafalarının
simply
uyuşması
swipe
tabii
left
siyasi
or
görüşle
right without
önemli.
even knowing the
Senin de farklı
person.
bir siyasi görüşte
Very
olan biriyle
superficial,
buluşmak
really.
ister misin?
But could work. And then later on, they will find out that the person they match with is a complete douchebag or a complete loser or doesn't really jive with them. All he has is good looks, or her looks is good, are good looks, right? Well, at least I can understand their perspective on speed dating. Like at least with this one, you can see them, you can speak to them, and you can then decide if whether you like them or not. Well, I guess that is what is going on. What is positive for speed dating? Would you have a relationship with someone who has different political view than yours? You know what? It's not a problem as long as you don't make it into an ongoing argument. Like I know some people who have differing religious background, but then again, I have also got into a relationship with somebody who is completely of different religious belief system than I do. While I don't impose my views on her, she does impose her beliefs on me. So can I really say it's no problem when at the end of the relationship it turned sour because she was really pushing it and I don't see myself converting? Maybe the love is not completely there. But that is another big question. Can you shift your political system, your belief system out of love? Can you do that compromise? Like, I don't know. that's a very good thought, idea. Yes, my guy friend met a girl online. They're both introverts. Meeting online seemed like the best way for them to meet. Oh, see, again, different folks, different strokes. With Joanna, I think there's always a possibility that things will work out, and not everybody is an introvert or an extrovert. Welcome in, Bomb. We're doing speed dates. This game is not a gooner game, so you don't see any girls in bikini, although there was one girl here who is wearing like a plunging neckline and is really playful, but the protagonist here, si Murat, is really a douchebag, so we fumbled that one. But I can probably redo that and hopefully we get a different result. Welcome in, Bomb. Okay, so would you have a relationship with someone who has different political view than yours? Political view. Would I have someone with a different political view? You know what? I don't want it.
Bu soru hoşuma gitti. Teşekkür ederim öncelikle bu soruyu sorduğun için.
I will adapt it to a different question. Would you want
Yani çoğu
somebody
insanın
who has a
belli bir
different
siyasi
religious
görüşü
view than
yok
you are?
neredeyse.
Then I would say no.
Ama bu konu benim için biraz önemli. Yani
Cultural
kültürel
differences
farklar
can be
tolere
tolerable,
edilebilir
but
ama
political
siyasi
views,
görüş,
ideology are very
düşünce,
very
bana göre
intolerable
bunlar
things.
çok tolere edilemeyecek şeyler.
Peki oy vermeyen biriyle beraber olur musun?
Not really. Who doesn't vote? Not a big deal for me because my perspective is F the system, or I'm already too tired of the government. So if her stance is like she doesn't care anymore about more on the middle, then I will. That's okay for me. That's a win. Rather than being on the extreme left and the extreme right, if you are probably on the center, you are good for me.
Ya olabilir tabii
Let's
canım, ne
focus
fark
on
edecek?
the family
Yani
or
oy
on the
vermiş,
relationship
oy vermemiş.
rather than
Sonuçta kendisine yakın bir
minding
siyasi görüş bulamamış olabilir.
things that is outside
Veya oy
our
verince bir
influence or
şeylerin
control.
değişeceğine olan inancı da azalmış olabilir. Ya o yüzden sıkıntı etmem yani, oy vermiş, oy vermemiş. Yani sen oy kullanıyor musun?
Tabii ki oy kullanıyorum yani.
Of
Kendi
course I
fikrini
vote.
ifade etmek önemli sonuçta. Norveç'te mi
Oh
yaşıyoruz?
no,
Hayırdır?
she's political.
Yani bu devirde de oy
Norway?
kullanmamak şımarıklık bana göre.
Great
Peki,
arrogance. Regardless, press
Basın
freedom.
özgürlüğü konusunda ne düşünüyorsun?
Oh, I think she is a activist. Kasi she says na not voting is complete arrogance daw. And then I did say na not voting is okay. Regarding press freedom, what do you think? Well, what options do we have? It's necessary, I
Ya,
guess.
bence bu da çok önemli. Çünkü insanların bir durumdan, bir olaydan haber alması gerekiyor. Yani ona göre tavır alacak belki de.
I guess
Sonuçta haber
in a
almak
way
her
this
vatandaşın bir hakkı.
this FMV game is a bit
Basın
political in a
tekrardan
sense
yayınlanırsa bu
na
sefer
you really have no
manipülasyona çok açık bir toplum oluruz.
say on it.
Daha önce
You just give
protest yürüyüşüne
them
hiç katıldın
what
mı?
they want to hear. Protest march before? Just 1st of May on the school life. You know what? I think she's really an activist. She's an outspoken individual. So let's go with what she wants to hear on school life.
Yani katıldım. Üniversitedeyken okul yemekhanesine aşırı bir zam geldi.
Cafeteria. Wait,
Onu
what?
protesto etmiştik. Sonra da zam geri alındı. İnsanlar bence tepkilerini göstermeli. Ben öyle düşünüyorum. De soruların biraz da herkesten farklı. Bak o çok hoşuma gitti.
Yeah, more like
Öyle
politics.
mi ya? Diğerleri neler sordu ki?
Ya, havadan sudan şeyler işte. Sen biraz daha farklı sorular soruyorsun.
Yeah.
Çok hoşuma gitti.
Benim için kıymetli,
I ask
düşünen,
important things to
fikri
me.
olan,
That's
hatta
how I can get to know
uygulamaya
you.
geçiren biriyle tanışmak. Yani günlük yaşamdaki alışkanlıklar da önemli tabii. Mesela hafta sonu işle ilgili e-postalara cevap verir misin? Yani bunlar da anlaşmak için önemli konular bence. Bir de yani birkaç dakikaya da bu kadar soru sığdırabildim.
Hemen sorularına cevap vereyim vakit kaybetmeden. Ben hafta sonları
I don't check
maillere
emails on
bakmıyorum
weekends.
Çünkü bakarsam cevap
If I
verme
check, I
zorunluluğu
feel like I
hissediyorum
have to
kendimi.
respond.
Bu sefer
And
de
when I
cevap
don't
vermeyince
respond, I
pişmanlık
regret it.
duyuyorum.
But then again, if
Bence
you are like
zaten
in a position
bu
of
tarz mesai saatleri dışında
power
gelen
or
mailler
in you're in a like managerial position,
insanları zor duruma
it's
sokuyor.
really not an option.
Aslında bu
But
konuda
I
daha
don't know.
duyarlı
Maybe
olmak
some other
gerekiyor.
managers can do that.
Ben de çok acil
Can
özel bir
not
durum
read
olmadıkça
emails
cevaplamıyorum
during the
yani.
weekends
Ama
or their
bildiğiniz
offs.
üzere iş hayatı biraz acımasız. Yani ayakta durabilmek
I think
için
especially
deli
harder
gibi bir
for
savaş
women, but
veriyoruz. Özellikle de kadınlar
there are
için
also
daha
very
fazla
successful
olduğunu
women
düşünüyorum.
earning a
Tabii
lot of money.
işinde çok
the
başarılı
way.
olan, çok iyi para kazanan kadınlar da var ama bir de partnerinin senden
Would it
fazla
bother
para
you if your
kazanıyor
partner
olması
earns
seni
more
rahatsız
than
eder
you?
mi?
I,
Aslında gurur
I
duyuyorum.
don't think so. I would feel proud, but deep inside I might feel a bit jealous. Really?
Ama tabii bu durum benim
But this
ona
wouldn't
karşı
change my
olan
attitude towards them.
sorumluluklarımı değiştirmez. Ben yine yemek
I would
ısmarlarım,
still
yine
treat
bir
them. I
yemek
would
yeriz,
still
yine
pay
gezeriz,
when we
yine
go
tozarız.
somewhere. Oh, I think she likes that
Orası
answer.
ayrı. Ya da ne bileyim her şeyi o ödesin demem benden fazla para kazandığı için. Zaten kendi
Strong
ayaklarının
women who
üzerinde
can stand on their
durabilen
own
kadınlar
feet
beni
impresses
çok
me a
etkiliyor.
lot.
Ben biraz
Eh,
böyle o çok pısırık kadınları
I don't
pek
like women with
sevmiyorum.
low self-esteem.
Ya özgüveni düşük kadınlar beni biraz itiyor açıkçası. Gerçekten bence
I'm actually very
en
happy that I
önemli
met you.
saygı ve
What?
sevgi.
Really?
Saygı duymadığın bir insana da zaten zamanla sevgin azalıyor. Gerçekten
You're
seninle
glazing her.
karşılaştığım için çok mutluyum.
O zaman hoşça kal.
Wait, did she? Look at that. She rejected you. It's a big X. Ay nako, I don't think maybe one of the answers that we have earlier, what was that answer? Like about relating to politics, I think. And that's why it's a big X for her. We have Layla, we have Edda. I think we can end it at that yan. Thank you. Thank you, Ioana, for recommending Ezra. Too bad she rejected me though. Ioana said earlier I would have not dated her. She seemed very close-minded. I thought it was going well eh. Like, well, I think, I don't know. I think Murat is coming in strong with his political views. If I were in his position, like I would read the room. I would do a cold reading like, okay, she's into politics. So if I want to, if I want the date to work, I would probably give her what she wants. She's into politics and stuff, so I guess let's give it to her, even though we don't completely agree to it. But if they didn't really jive, I guess that's okay. Oh well, we still have a couple of girls, but it's now 11:30. Who would have thought that we will be able to extract 2 hours and 11 minutes? I initially was about to end it with Edda, but then I saw the splash, the menu. This one's the lawyer, and then this one we haven't talked to. Ayan, no, this one is Layla. This one's Layla. She's very playful, but Murat is very conservative. This one also rejected us. I also like her, but she's more of a party girl. She likes glamorous stuff. This one's a single mom. And her main focus is her kids and being a stay-at-home mom. So I guess that's it for now. So that's speed dates. So if you guys want, if you think you can fare better than me, I don't think there will be like a follow-up to this, which for me personally, I would have wanted to see if Edda and I click, can we go on a second date? But then again, that would turn into something like a choose your own or an actual romantic type of game. But this one is called speed dates. It's not like a happy ending date. I don't know. So it could probably just be this game, like, okay, talk to these women as much as possible, choose the right answers, and see that glowing green check mark. It means that they like you, or they like the answers that you chose. But then you can always reattempt to talk to them again and choose a different answer, and until you get the check mark. And that's why I'm a bit frustrated to see, like, okay, what will happen next? Since Edda and I click, can we have a second date? But I don't think there will be a second date. So if you just want to simply talk to all sorts of women of different backgrounds, of different ideologies, politics, see if you can circumvent Murat's archaic belief system, even if you chose the right answers. Because, for example, for Layla, she's really playful. I like her energy. But the character Murat, the male protagonist, suddenly shifts into like this awkward body language and stupid way of thinking. It turned her off. So if it was me, so it was like, the heck are you doing, man? That's not how you talk to a hottie like that. What are you doing? But then that is the game, I guess. Celeste Lane, welcome in. The moment that Ezra shared that she finds people who don't vote as arrogant, that turned on a switch on my mind, like, okay, this girl is an activist. This girl has strong political opinions and will not tolerate no for an answer. I think that is the moment where it was all decided that, and moving on from that point on, all of the conversation will end up being a failure, because you did choose an answer na you are okay with people not voting, but she doesn't like people who does not vote. So I guess that is the turning point. So if ever that we will be able to redo her conversations, we'll probably have to glaze her over by saying, I prefer people who will vote. Just saying. And I think it's also with the same political beliefs. I think she likes that. I think since she is a very political person and an activist, she wants somebody who aligns with her. But then we answered something like, it's okay for people to not vote. I think that that made a contrast. and she didn't like that. And that's why we got an X. Even though the consecutive exchange, we gave her what she wanted to hear, but I think that is the turning point really. So that is this game in general. So we haven't talked to Pinar, to Nure, to Esgi, to Elif, Seiza, Meltem. We could do that on the next episode, since it doesn't take that too long to finish, but probably on the next episode. I did say that we still have to finish one other FMV game, and then after I finish that, we will be doing a second or third episode for this. We managed to extract like 2 hours and 18 minutes. It's almost lunchtime, so thank you everyone. Thank you for being here. And with that, hopefully have a wonderful Friday. I will catch you guys later. I will still be streaming. There's so many games that we can cover. It is still the Steam Next Fest demo, and it's just 2 more days before the month of February ends. So let's make the most out of it and enjoy the upcoming weekends. And again, thank you to Icarus Interactive Entertainment for approving our request via Lurkit to cover this game. And do check them out on Steam. Watch other Let's Play if there's still a Let's Play here. But I will also be exporting my Let's Play on YouTube. So other people from YouTube or the audience from YouTube can also check out our playthrough, or they can also check out the game. If you're big into FMBs, conversations, or a practice on what speed dating is like, I guess this one will give you a good idea of it. And I think it's also a good game to talk about stuff. Example, there are a couple of topics that the girls post earlier, like if you get stranded on an island, which 3 things should you bring along? And then I think that's a good conversation starter if you are streaming or a streamer. You can pause your game and then share to your audience what those things are, and your viewers can also do the same. Welcome in, CC. We're about to wrap things up. We just finished our very first episode for Speed Dates. We got a few girls who liked our interaction. We got some who cross us out because we provided the wrong answers, or we provided the answers that they didn't like. So I can always reattempt it and give them what they want to hear. But for Edda, I think Edda is the waifu here. I would want Layla, but Morat fumbled and messed it all around. Oh well, it is what it is now. So check out Vitamin CCX. Let me also give CC a special shout out, because I think I turned off the SO. There you go. Shout out to CC. Okay, let me then wrap things up. And thank you again, everyone. Thank you for checking out this game. And let's roll the credits. Thank you everyone for joining us in today's Speed Dates episode 1. To the subscribers who dropped by today, we have Cosmo Sama and Mamshi Bells. Thank you, Mamshi, for resubbing again and for always supporting the stream. For the bits and cheers, do check out Mamshi Bells. For the chatters, we have Abo, Antagonize X, Bomadom, Celeste Lane, Citrix20, Cosmo Sama, Dance Gaming, Dex Crossen, Green King Hisui Nagare, You Wanna Play, It's Sarisa, Kuzon 404, Mamshi Bells, Panda Mami, Riz Super Cutie, Rote Rots, Cruise Lose, The Cotton Ghost, Tilapi Live, and Tito J Dross. Safe travels to Panda Mami. Thank you again to Mamshi Bells, and hopefully you guys have a wonderful Friday or weekends, and hopefully the past week was manageable. If not, there's always the next week to set things right or start all over again. Thank you again, and we're about to raid out. You can copy and paste this raid message. For our regular viewers and followers, you can copy and paste this raid message. Tuturu. And for our subscribers, you can copy and paste this raid message containing our tier 1 emotes, or use any of the emotes available to you there. Tuturu. And let us raid somebody. You know what? Let's raid Kai Mifune, who's currently doing a karaoke stream this Friday. Say hi to Kai Mifune for us. Raiding Kai Mifune. Yeah, there you go. Kai allows raiding. So that's speed dates. Thank you again to Icarus Interactive via Lurkit for the opportunity to cover this game. Catch us again on the second episode as we will finish this. But first, I will be returning to Ladies Don't Tempt My Immortality. Has that got a series of updates over the time that we stopped playing it, and we will be continuing it by finally concluding the multiple endings for each of the girls, and then we will be returning to speed dates. Again, thank you everyone, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Say hi to Kai Mifune for us. Have a wonderful Friday, have a wonderful weekend, have a wonderful life. Always seek for contentment in life, peace of mind. Happiness is always fleeting, but if it's there, get a hold of it, clasp it dearly until it fades away again. But since you already have a peace of mind and contentment in life, that's all right. Things might not always work or go according to plan, but that is part of life and part of the process until the next series of happiness will bring joy back in life. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and I'll see you later. GG's, happy weekends.